Welcome, friends, to a special series of episodes of MaudeWorld. As we've explained before, June is a bit of an odd month for us because, as is the case with all D&D games, life gets in the way. And that means that some of us have had very busy schedules as of late, which means that the MaudeWorld campaign filming has had to take a back seat. However, we are still dedicated to bringing you all the content possible, and so it is as a result of that that I have made the very painful decision to do a one-shot. However, against my better judgment, I will not be the one DMing this one-shot. Welcome to hell.
Oh no.
I just rolled a 1.
A sign of things to come? I think so.
With Andy DMing Connor, we've all rolled a 1.
No, but hopefully some of you won't die. That would be nice. But I promise nothing. Yes, this is going to be a one-shot. It's completely independent of MaudeWorld or actually any other world that I have DM'd for before. It's literally just something that I started making about a week and a half ago and heard that Sara Lynam was away on holiday, and I thought, sort of, I can make a concept around that for her birthday. So I just went, ha ha ha. So.
That means you're not allowed to kill me, right?
No. There will be no immunities in my game.
That's fair.
So, without further ado, are we all ready? Good to go?
I guess so.
Then let us begin. So, you are, just for the sake of party canvas, all level 11. Some of you know each other already, some of you don't, but you are, again, at level 11, you're pretty well-known heroes. You've got quite the reputation, you're well-established, and you've earned that. You're pretty good. So we'll pick in, you're already on a journey together. Basically, for various reasons, you have been hired by the King of Canada. Okay?
Oh no.
King Lexwell has had a threat from a well-known thief called Canal, who's going to steal his family heirlooms. Okay? So his Chancellor Amory has hired you all to basically come to Canada and protect these crown jewels, essentially the crown jewels of the kingdom. Lexwell has taken a vow of silence until these jewels are prevented and Canal is basically put behind bars. Okay, so you are aboard the ship, the Titanic, and it's a pretty decent ship. It was hired by Amory. It's come from Canada, so it's there for you. You've been treated pretty well. We're about 2 weeks in at the moment into your journey. Nothing untoward has happened. Again, you're given quite a lot of respect. You've been promised chests of gold, providing that you successfully defeat Canal. And you've all got your own private cabins. You've basically had free run on the ship, going through, and we pick up in the middle of the night. So, again, nothing, about two and a half weeks into your journey, and you are basically all woken up by the sound of a huge crash of lightning, and you hear screams of the crew from the deck of pain, and then the bell ringing for an alarm, and you just hear, "All crew on deck! We don't run!" Everyone roll initiative, please. Finally!
Oh god. Oh.
Great.
Good rolls.
good.
5 to a natural 20.
Okay. So we'll do it this way then. 20 and above.
22.
22. Connor, can I get you to roll again, please?
Rolled another d20.
Yes, please.
Am I adding anything to
Nope, just a 20.
Okay, that's a 5.
Cool. Okay, so.
Just roll 5 to 25. Are you balanced?
It doesn't need to be balanced, right?
It doesn't need to be balanced, right? That's Andy's DMing philosophy if ever there was one.
No. Look, no one's dead yet. Okay,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
let's just roll with it. And
No,
what's gonna happen?
no one's dead yet is Andy's other DMing philosophy.
Connor, your character's name, please. Nice to man for the camera so everyone knows who you are.
Yes. My character is Morfran, and Morfran is a about 6'5". It's like a yellow scaled, kind of yellow underbelly, slightly greeny mottled brown scales all along the back, with a kind of an orange frill on the top of the head. Lizard folk, with an enormous sword made of bone with freaky runes on his back, and a bunch of javelins in an enormous quiver on his back, and a spear tucked in behind all of that stuff.
Great. So, of course, that's how you are when you're ready for a fight.
Yes.
Right now, you're in your bunk.
Oh, that's true. Well then, I have my dagger attached to my leg, and that's about it.
So, you are in your room, so you're welcome to grab stuff. Now, please bear in mind, any armour that you pick up will take the doffing time.
Oh, I don't
Anything, so you're just grabbing your sword, right? Basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Armor. I grab a piece of rope that I tie around my wrist as a belt, and grab my sword, and I am moving towards the deck.
Perfect. So you all live just below. You're kind of the guest quarters. So you're all basically opposite each other. There's 2 and 2. You're towards one of the backs. That's fine. You come out. It's about 30 feet to the deck. As a barbarian, I think you have increased speed.
40, yeah.
Yeah. So you can come out and just get on top of the deck. And what you see is chaos. So you can already see some of the deck has been splintered. You can see there's only 10 of the crew left. This is a ship of about 30.
Yes.
They have their flintlock pistols and muskets out firing. It is absolute chaos. And you can see these kind of, well, they look like monsters because, funny enough, they are monsters. You have what we would call a chul. I don't know if any of you have happened to come across those before.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're lovely fellas. So, large kind of monstrous crustacean-y type things, giant kind of pincers, forelegs, obviously classic scale armour of a cephalopod, kind of tentacles and stuff like that. There's 5 of them. One of them is in the middle of eating one of the dead crew, and the rest of the crew are in a mixture of panicking, shooting at these jewel and running. And the hairs on the back of, well, the equivalent of the hairs on the back of your neck start to kind of go on end when you kind of get to this point. And you feel just a presence, and you can't put your finger on it, but son of a bitch, you don't know what guy's there. You don't know.
You're doing jewels, man. I've read the monster manual. I know damn well what you're using.
Yeah. So, you make it 40 feet. I'd say with the 10 foot on deck, you could probably reach the nearest jewel if you wish.
Yeah, why not? I will move towards it. I forgot to see if there's a bonus action to make my sword go on fire or not, so I will not do that just yet. I will move towards the creature with my weapon and just make 2 attacks, I guess.
Cool. So, let me just get that up. Right, make your attack rolls, please, sir.
That is a unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. I'm going to take a punt and say that hits.
And, this probably doesn't actually. That is an 11 for the second one.
So, you have an unnatural 20, which will indeed, an 11 total. That will miss.
So, damage for the first one is 9. 9 slashing.
Perfect. So you do, it's a nice solid kind of slash into it. Does a fair chunk of damage. It hits, glances off its armour, and you hear it kind of, this is the guy who's eating one of the crew members, drops it and then turns to face you. Just looks pissed as much as an amphibious kind of frustration cephalopod can.
I bare my teeth at it.
At this point, the remainder of the crew are all going to be kind of rallied by your presence. and they're going to attack the jewels themselves. So, time for some rolls. So, right, so you will hit. As will you. That's 2. Right. So as I say, there are 10 crew. They are a little bit shaken by the same things. There's a couple. The captain and the first officer so far have hit. The rest, not so much. 1, 2. Oh, no. Okay, so we have 3 hits. One of them's going for the one that you've targeted. They're fairly tactical in that sense. They're willing to start waiting on one until they die. But you do notice that the jewels, there are no dead jewels on deck. There are plenty of dead sailors, but no dead jewels. So, yeah, one of them flies straight into kind of the shoulder of the jewel that you were attacking. Does a nice chunk of damage. And then a couple of the others also get shot, which is always lovely. Right. So we come into the next point. 15 to 20. Oh dear. 10 to 15. That's okay.
So I die on the deck
Strong.
before my friends even get out of the room.
Strong start, lad.
I was pretty certain I was going last. Now I'm not so sure.
Yeah. So okay. Well, that's going to be fun for you, Connor. So that presence that you felt on the back of your neck, my friend. What the equivalent of?
Someone's gonna get me.
Something is.
Oh, it's a bonus action. Next time.
Yeah, next time. Oh. I had this whole system, but it's just not working for me. Right. So, how do I want to do this?
Not just yet.
No, please.
Andy, I can't help but notice that entry you're looking at in the monster manual is very near the front.
It is very near the front.
And the monster manual is organised alphabetically.
And more don't mess
Could you make a wisdom save for me?
Oh, I certainly can.
Roll.
Yes. Goodbye, dice.
Good. My character has no idea what this is. Maude knows exactly what it is.
More directly scared.
That's a 6.
Connor, approach the DM.
Oh my god.
So, that,
Uh-huh.
and that.
Ah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I'll let you use your best judgment, but
Yeah, that's
basically
cool.
you now know what your motivations are, yeah?
Yeah,
Good to go?
that's
Excellent, yeah. So, I'd say start NPC, and then work your way through.
Yeah. Cool.
Right. So, let's just put this on here, shall we?
More Fran develops multiple personality disorder.
That's one thing to call it.
Yes. Okay. 5 to 10. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got a 9.
Alright. Okay. So the next player at a 9. So yeah, crash, screams, pain. You hear gunshots ringing out. It's all going hell.
Oh shit.
Your character.
My name is Holu. I am a turtle. 5-foot turtle sorcerer. Quite standard looking, like turtle colours, like a sort of like a light browny greeny colour all over. But what's remarkable is on the shell there are sort of these weird crystal formations, which you'll see what happens when I do shit. You'll see what happens.
The Infinity Stone.
Cool.
Kill
No.
half of humans.
Okay. So you wake up. You hear this crash. You hear the sound of a door opening, running. You hear gunshots. You hear screamings. You hear pain. What do you do?
Wolfram, where are you? Oh shit. Okay. Yep. I guess I'll go up to the deck.
Are you grabbing anything?
The dick.
Or are you just running?
I'm gonna grab my staff.
Okay, so you grab your staff, and you run out. Now, your speed is 30 foot, so you make it just to the top of the steps.
Okay.
You see chaos, again, you see a very similar thing to Morfran, but what you can see is, basically as you come up, this is where Morfran slashes once, hits into a jewel, just misses on the other. You see the crew rallying over that, one of them shooting the jewel. There's quite a lot going on there. The deck is basically filled with crew bodies, blood, these 5 jewels, 10 crew. and again, just you have this feeling that there's something else there, but you just can't quite put your finger on it. What would you like to do?
How far away are these little jewel dudes?
Well, they're actually quite large. First of all, maybe you would be classed them as a large creature.
Oh no.
But the nearest one is about 10 feet away.
Okay.
Morfriend's on, but Morfriend is literally between you and it. And then there's the rest of them spread out. The deck is, again, it's a 30-person crew. So the deck itself is probably about 100 feet, maybe 150. It's quite long, quite a nice ground ship, this Tatanic.
Okay.
And it's... Yeah, so there's a few. You can basically take your pick. I mean, what's your range and what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I'm gonna do. Probably just gonna do one of my cantrips. Lightning lure.
Mm-hmm.
Not at the one that I almost called you Damerus. Not at the one that Morfran was on.
Yeah, the next nearest one.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they have to do a strength save, or they'll be pulled 10 feet in a straight line towards me.
Do you have to make an attack first?
No, I don't think so.
Cool.
Hang on, let me read it out for you. You create a lash of lightning that strikes at one creature of your choice that you can see within range. The target. Hang on. Is it 15 feet away?
Yeah,
Okay.
the second one would be.
That's fine. Okay. That's the range on it. Target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you and then take 1d8 lightning damage.
Okay.
If it's within 5 feet of you, so it has to actually
Yeah,
get to me.
yeah. 16.
I think that beats, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a succeed.
Yeah, perfect. So it's you kind of come out, you see all this crazy, and just your runes glow, and this lightning shoots out of your arm, and it wraps around this cephalopod, and you just see it kind of, and you think you've got it, and then just suddenly, and its tentacles, and you see it turns to you. You clearly have its attention. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Grace. 1 to 5, guys.
I was 6.
6.
I
Okay,
forgot
so you're
to
on.
shout out.
That's right. So 6. That still makes you next. I presume you're on 1 to 5. Cool.
Yeah.
That makes you next, Sarah. What are you doing? So you wake up in your bunk again. You hear this kind of chaos, lightning, splintering, blood, gore, battle, all that lovely things. What are you doing? Who are you?
Okay.
First of all.
I wake up. I am Ovachet Jelasei. I'm
Okay, slow down. What?
Ovachet Jelasei. I deliberately chose the most difficult to pronounce and remember name.
Good name though.
Thank you. It's not randomly generated, I don't know why you said that.
Now it's a less good name.
I'm a mid-height half-elf. I've got olive skin, black-brown eyes, and brown hair, and currently no armour, unfortunately. I'm going to wake up, hear the commotion. I'm going to grab a bag containing my various magical items and my weapons.
Okay, so that not so much. You wouldn't have it all packed because again you're 2 weeks in and
You don't know me.
I'm gonna make a ruling that you wouldn't have it all packed. So you wouldn't have weapons in a bag.
This damn patriarchal society. I just want to be who I want to be.
Right. So what did you say about your armor first of all?
Well, I'm not wearing it because I'm sleeping.
Yeah. Cool. I just want to check that. So what items do you have that you would want to have in a bag?
In a bag, I would want to have my slippers of spider climb,
Okay.
a belt of hill giant strength.
That I'd argue probably be in your wardrobe because it's literally a belt.
You don't know me. I'm a wardrobe man. And a bag.
Then it's a wardrobe. It's on the floor. It's not in the bag.
An instant fortress, which is a cube this big.
That I will let you have in your bag.
Yeah. And a helm of teleportation.
Okay, so the clothing
Yes.
is not in the bag,
Oh.
but the instant fortress is, and your weapons are next to it. So you can grab 2 with your hands with no penalty. If you would like to grab more, we need to go into some saves. If you want to do that in this turn. Otherwise, you need to wait.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the bag and the weapons.
Okay, so you've got your dagger and the bag. Okay, so you grab those two. I believe we said you were a storyteller, aren't you?
Yes.
Cool. In which case, I'll let you have a pendant as your arcane focus rather than an instrument.
Ooh.
To go through. So and I would say you would wear that. That's just part of your thing. So you have the bag. Everything else is left behind. You rush out. Your speed is 30 as a half elf. I don't think you have any bonuses, do you?
Yes.
Cool. So you come onto the top of the deck. And you see all this, and you see. So you come out literally as this lightning wraps around one of the Chul, and the Chul just shrugs it off, and then the tentacles at Ono there. What would you like to do?
What would I like to do?
Yes.
Firstly, seeing this, I would like to use my bonus action to give you bardic inspiration.
Tale of Hanu.
Sweet.
And then,
Totally.
so what can I sense? I can just see stuff. Do I feel the same presence?
You do, yeah, kind of on the back of your neck.
Okay, and what can I see of these guys out there and like their states?
So the crew, again, 2/3 of the crew are dead. The rest are fighting for their lives. Your compatriots here are undamaged. They've literally got there at the same time. You're basically running behind them as they go up the stairs. And you've just seen slashy, and lightning. But the Chul is, at least one of them is now focused and one of them is focused on.
It's focused on Connor.
Yeah.
Do any of the Chul look damaged at all?
Yes, 3 of them. So the one on Connor's taken the most damage, but they're all pretty healthy. It's that Connor hit it and then it got shot a couple of times. So
I would like for my action to cast acid splash on the one on Connor. Can I reach?
what's the range of acid splash?
The range of acid splash is 60 feet.
Then absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the acid splash? Does that do area effect?
You throw a bubble of acid at a creature you can see, or at 2 creatures within 5 feet of each other, force them to pass a dex save, or take 1d6. 3d6.
Because we're level 1.
Thank you so much.
I'm presuming that you don't want to harm Connor in this.
I don't, but it says a creature.
Yes, but or 2 creatures in. So I'm just saying that you're not going to extend it over 2.
Oh no, not intentionally.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine.
You had me scared.
So, okay, so you do. That's absolutely fine. What do they need to do? You make a couple.
Dex save for you, Mister. And I've lost my d6.
Then you fail. You fail. So.
Oh God. That's not plus anything, is it? No. That's 5.
5. Cool. So it kind of hisses in pain as this kind of comes through, and you see Connor. You see this more because it's in your face. You just see this kind of acid come down onto it. Anything? I know you've used all your actions, haven't you? Move, bonus, and standard.
Yes.
In which case, Mr. Unharsh, what do you have? What did you roll?
3.
3. Can I get you to roll again, please?
11.
Never mind, we'll be back with you in a minute.
Wonderful.
So, it is now the Chul's turn. Lovely folk that they are. So, one of them stares at you and then rushes past.
Get you.
Oh yeah. So let's just have some fun here, shall we? So Sarah, against your AC, does a 14 hit
Yes, it does.
as it comes in and hits you with one of its pincers.
Oh dear.
You take 9 bludgeoning damage,
Ooh.
and I need you to make a strength check.
So good at that. -3 ain't no thing.
-3.
Oh!
Ooh.
It's -2.
Oh no!
You are grappled.
It's probably not possible to be more grappled than that.
No.
Natural 1 -3.
Yeah, no, you're so grappled, but you are grappled. There's no other negative to that. However, you are standing next to Honu, and with its other pincer, it's coming at you. Yeah, that's gonna hit. So I need you to make a strength save, please. You also take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. No, sorry, 12 points of bludgeoning damage. I tell you what.
Are you fucking kidding?
You are also grappled.
Yeah, nah. Oh, yeah.
Piss off, ghosts.
Right. So, at this point,
Do I take that damage?
yeah, you do take 12
How much
damage,
is
and
it?
you are definitely grappled. So it's got both of you, and it's kind of just picked you up in these pincers.
What was the
Stop
damage
hitting
amount?
yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Right. Odds and evens. Odds it is. So, you acidically burned it. Right, I need you to make a con save, please.
Uh, 12.
You are poisoned.
Cool.
And that poison
Cool.
means that you are paralysed.
Oh man.
Why did I get out of bed?
You'll be able to make saves at the end of your turns. But until then, you are paralysed for the next minute. Right. The other one that you hurt sees its friend come in, do that, and just basically beat the shit out of everyone and just, and starts going off for the other crew. So there's 4 of them left. Okay. Ooh, no. Just roll some damage. Okay, so it's the first crew.
It's the first fight and he's enjoying this far too much.
Okay, one of the crew is dead. Okay, another crew of the dead.
Boo!
To be fair, they were the weakest ones I rolled.
I said boo!
Right. So, and then I need to go for you. So you critical. What's that?
So many dice being rolled.
One of the crew looks really bad. And the
That's
last
just me.
Very good.
Leave ugly Pete out of this.
Another crew looks close to being bloodied. And for their second attack,
Bye-bye, friends.
it's almost like they've been wiping out the ship. So, well, that's going to go on
But
that.
I do need my sleep.
Yeah, I'm glad you were there. That was really helpful.
I rolled a 2. Plus 1.
Yeah, you're dead. Yes. You're dead.
No.
One of Andy's favourite phrases as a DM.
Yep. And the last one. Okay, so that's them done. So, I mean, could have been worse. Not much, but it could have been. So,
How many crew are still
That's
alive?
yes.
4 of your 10 crew died. Neat, but the captain and first officer weren't among them. They're the ones who've actually done damage and helped.
Okay.
So,
My time is
so
here.
those 4 other Chor have ripped into the crew and just gone for them, and you looking at them can see they're on the point of breaking. Like, obviously their whole ship, everything is falling apart. So, at this point, we have our final entrant into
Yes.
the world of woe. Would you like to come in, sir?
Yes, okay. My first genuine question, bearing in mind I'm an idiot.
Yep.
What sort of level of penalty would I have if I genuinely slept in my armour? Because I'm genuinely that sort of character.
You would not rest. You would always be exhausted.
Knowing that, I probably wouldn't therefore sleep in my armour. That's fine. Okay, so I wake up and I hear these shouts and cries of battle and pain, and I just go, yes! So my character's name is DePaul Darine, no relation. I am a white dragonborn, 6'6". Normally, I'm a fighter, very muscular, thick as a brick, but you can't help but love me, and I have a great love of battle and always challenging myself. So, bearing this in mind, based on previous experience, I would argue that I wear my ring of free action.
I'd let you have that.
Yep. and in terms of items I pick up, I don't have much. I'm not going to put on my armor, so I just grab my maul, my giant maul, Sabine, and however many of my 2 javelins I can grab.
Make a dex check for me, please.
Hooray! 12.
So you manage to grab one,
Okay.
and then the other one starts to fall away. So you can use your
forget it.
Yeah. Basically, it does that classic thing. You know, when you grab something, it's just for fuck's sake.
So I kind of just sheath that and grab my giant maul and just say, "Come on, baby, let's do some damage." Run out of run up the stairs, see presumably the tool that is on.
What's your speed?
30 feet.
Yes, so yeah, you can come up, and it's quite wide. So yeah, you can see the tool. Basically, as you're coming upstairs, you've taken a little bit of time. You're going, yes, this is great. I get to fight. And then you come up as you're coming upstairs. You're kind of like looking at the wall, going, I'm so happy I get to use you. And then as you look up, you just see this tool come on, grab these two, and kind of, and the tentacles just go over Overshed's face, and you just see Overshed then suddenly go limp.
Okay.
In the grip.
So, seeing this, I look up at this creature, which I've never seen before, and just go, oh, something new! This will be fun! Ah! Charge in with my 3 attacks as a level 11 fighter.
Yeah, go for it.
First attack will be made normally.
Good.
That's a 26 versus AC.
Yeah, I won't hit.
I'm playing an Unearthed Arcana subclass called the Brute, which means that at this level I get to add an extra d6 to all of my damage. So, that will be 21 points of bludgeoning damage with the first attack.
Solid. It kind of goes in pain, as you would expect.
With my next attack, I would like to use Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
That is not quite as good, but that is a 14.
That will... Whilst you haven't taken damage, it reels back, and your second attack just swipes and misses it.
Yeah. No, none of that. I will have another attack again with Great Weapon Master.
Cool.
Damn, that's worse. 11.
No, and again, it's retreated to you now, and it's aware of your presence. You got it surprised and did a hell of a lot of damage, but now it's kind of aware that it's dodging and ducking down.
Oh, that's how it's going to be, is it? And then I just notice the creature with my 2 friends in its claws, and just go, "Good evening, ladies."
Excellent. Okay, so back to the top of the round. What round?
Yes. What can I see around me?
So you can see the tool that's just run past you, your allies, kind of held in the grip.
winked, that's mad.
You didn't see that? All come on. It being smashed by a wall. A couple of the creatures, you know exactly where, and they are within range of you. The 3 that have actually hit the tools with their guns.
That's good.
One which is the captain, the other is the first officer.
Great. Well, I would turn towards the direction of the first officer. As a bonus action, cause my greatsword to come aflame.
Yeah.
So it's now casting bright light to like 60 feet.
Oh, dang it.
Don't do it!
And I will just rush towards the first officer and make 2 attacks.
Excellent.
With my passive perception of 9, do I notice this?
No, you're so focused on the monster.
That's what I thought.
That
I'm trying to tell you, paralysed, like,
13 to hit.
Misses. The captain's like, what? The first officer.
Sorry, not 13. 15.
Still just misses. The first officer kind of just sidestep. Still not quite sure what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's just, is there a tool behind me or something? Why are you swinging?
Well, I just kind of swing again. That will certainly hit. That's a 16 plus 8.
Oh yeah, that's it.
No.
So, I do 2d6 slashing damage plus 2d6 fire damage.
Roll.
Don't kill it!
So that is 6 slashing damage and 8 fire damage.
Cool. Does that include your mods? Your strength mod?
Sorry, and sorry. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 slashing damage.
Yeah.
And
8.
8.
Okay, so you come in and you stab him in the like he sidesteps like what are you doing? You just go and you stab him in the gut. and withdraw your sword. And he kind of he looks in a very bad way. And you can just see kind of confusion and betrayal on his face. Like, how could you do this? It is now their turn, the crew. They're not thrilled, as you can imagine.
That's no issue. That's no fair.
Yeah.
I'm not raging yet. That's no fair.
So, that one's on you. So, does a 16 hit your AC?
That is my AC.
So just.
Yeah.
So the captain, having noticed this little affair, shoots at you. You're not raging at you, so you take normal damage. You take a whole 4 points of damage, and you may make a wisdom saving throw.
Nice. Nope. 4.
You're just pissed.
Yeah. I'm just angry.
Okay.
I would just like to officially say for the record that the highest party wisdom is 11.
It's me.
Cool. And then I guess the tools we have. They actually did surprisingly well this round. Oh, lovely. Good. They rolled 1 damage on you and high on everyone else. Cool. So the tool that you three are all on. Some of you on it more than others. You just see a bullet come through one of his shoulders as it gets shot up from behind one of the crew, and it looks what you might call bloodied. And you will take this damage. You hear some of the tools now starting to roar out in a bit more pain. It's all actually, I mean, a lot of the crew are dead, but they are taking some of these lads with them. What do I need to do? And they're all going to have what we might call an action of volley. Oh, lovely. Cool. And you just hear the captain roar, "Men, this is our final stand. Give them no quarter." And you hear every single one of the crew reload, and as one, fire into these tools. And none of them hit. So. And again, another kind of bullets pepper into this one in front of you. It's still up, but not looking good. The other one that Honu was actually trying to lightning lure is destroyed by this volley.
Yeah.
So a couple go into that one, and then just 7 of these come into to Honu's one. But the rest of the tools now looking a little bit more wary and a little bit pissed because before now they were just having a great time. Right, so Morphine, you've had your turn, the crew have had their turn, which takes us into fun times with Mystery Person, who none of you know. Definitely not Mr. Maude, he has no idea what's going on. No idea. So, he's going to do that.
I predict that this is the first of several sea monsters that Andy will have us fight.
Aha! You see, as past perceptions, 10, 10, and 9. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You don't.
Is your
8.
8. Okay, so just Honu then. It's not a difficult DC, but those with negative mods. You don't see this, but you do. You see now, looking more friendly, you know it quite well as well. You can see like kind of a glazing over of his eyes, and you just get the feeling that maybe he's not himself. You can see a similar thing happen to the captain. And you just see the captain shake it off. And if anything, even more pissed that this thing is trying to take his crew. Speaking of which, it's now your turn.
Okay. I'm grappled, aren't I? Right. Could I still cast Shocking Grasp on him?
You absolutely can, yes.
Like,
If anything, it's easier because he's.
yeah.
Right.
It's cool. Yes, that's a good point. I may do that. Melee spell attack. Oh. Well, it's a natural 16.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Sweet. Okay. So 1d8. No, 3d8. Can I borrow a couple of d8s? You
Yes.
also take me on the d8. Got it. Yeah, that's 12. 18.
18 damage. Nice. It is, you fry it, you can hit it, you are paralysed, but you still feel things. You kind of jotted about it, like, this is a weird sensation. It's looking very bad.
And I believe it has disadvantage on its next attack.
I believe it does.
Yep.
Cool. You doing anything else?
No. No, I might just yell out to you and be like, hey, snap out of it!
Oh, Mike facing the other way.
It's completely oblivious.
I'm gonna look at you. How paralyzed are you? Like,
She's like 60%.
snap out of it!
Starly is stab!
Drooling.
Obisha, it is your turn. So, you can make I believe it's another con save.
And a
Con save, please.
Wonderful. 16.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just feel life come back to your. Yeah. So you literally, Honey goes, yo, snap out of it. And then suddenly you go, whoa!
You're talking to me.
I'm so
It
strong!
doesn't have disadvantage, it can't take reaction.
Sorry, yes. That was it.
Thank you. But that is the end of your turn. But you are back in the fight.
I helped.
Probably just jumpstart us.
Soon. Cool. So one of them's dead. Yeah. Okay. Yes. No. And sweet. So against those that are in its grip, it's going to hit. So that is 13 damage to you. And 10 damage to Honu. And then it's going to use its tentacles, but you are wise to its game. It's
moving.
It's like, no. And you manage to just kind of dodge out of the way.
Stop it.
Stop it, I will destroy you. And the others apparently have decided that the death of their comrade means they're in mourning or something. So they...
10 gun salute.
10 gun salute to the face.
So yeah, the other Chuls seem to be having trouble kind of getting to the rest of the crew. The crew seem to have rallied around the captain and form this kind of line, and the Chuls are a little bit more wary now and can't seem to get through it. But that does take us to our friend, the damage dealer.
Hooray! So in response to the captain shouting out, give them no quarter, I'm like, why would I give them quarter? And then when Honu says snap out of it, and I'm like, why would I snap out of it? I'm having a wonderful time! And then I make an attack against the Chul.
Yes.
Normally. 22.
Yeah, that'll hit. So you kill it. Because I know your minimum damage, and you kill it. So yeah, again, it wasn't that hearty. It was just about holding you up, and it's really open at this point. You just see it squeezing them, and you're like, having a wonderful time, and just literally canes it into the ground, and you two roll out of its pincers, prone but safe, alive, and no longer with a giant Chul on you. You start, you still have 2 attacks.
Technically I have 3, because I just killed something, and I have Great Weapon Master, meaning I can make an additional attack for a bonus action.
Well, go for it.
So, what can I see?
What's your speed? 30.
30.
So at this point, 2 of the Chuls are out of range because they've started going towards the back of the deck. It's basically formed 2 sides. You guys, and then the rest of the crew, and the Chuls in between.
Yeah.
The 3 remaining Chuls have gone this way. There's 1 straggling behind, and then there's 2 that are kind of trying to attack and not really getting anywhere. So you can reach that 3rd one at the back,
Right.
who is as yet undamaged.
Very well. Then I, as this first Chul that I killed falls, I just turn to the fallen ladies and say, "Nice night for it," and charge in to make my next 3 attacks on the remaining Chul.
Go for it.
Let's see. I just killed something. I'm feeling confident. I'll go Great Weapon Master. That is 16.
Just.
Yes.
You come in, you just hear this thumping on the deck. It's just this kind of big, hefty Dragon Ball coming in with the ball, and you can swear.
Shirtless, I should point out.
And you just hear, you see this Chul and just as it gets smashed from
Come
behind.
here, Liebchen.
Roll your damage, sir.
So that's a 1. I have great weapon fighting, so I can reroll that. So 29 points of damage.
That'll do. Cool.
3d6 plus 17 with great weapon master.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's a huge, devastating attack. You literally knock it to the floor as it and he just kind of gets up, literally completely taken by surprise. Your next two attacks.
Same again. Great weapon master. Yes, natural 18.
That'll hit.
Reroll that 2, and it's a 1. 6, 11, 28 points of damage.
As it comes through. So, again, just a huge attack coming in. Final one.
So again, great weapon
Seems to be
master.
working for you.
Yeah, great weapon master.
It's now bloodied in those 2 hits.
Natural 13, so yes.
Yes, that'll hit.
19. So reroll that 2. Damn it, another 1. 5, 10, 27 points of damage.
It looks about as healthy as the one you killed at the beginning of the session, at the beginning of this round. But it's still up just, the blood and ichor is just kind of leaning out. It's battered, you've probably caved in some of its kind of armour, and it's just kind of almost like limping a little bit back from you. It was not expecting that.
I did about 75 points of damage in one round.
Yeah.
Actually more than that because of that other attack. Why do I not play fighters more often?
Good fun. So, that brings us to the top of the round. What you doing, bud?
Kind of hearing all of this, still obviously
Having a good time.
feeling.
Yeah.
I'll turn towards the captain, kind of bare my teeth, and begin to rage. As I bare my teeth, you notice a couple of the teeth in the front are the same crystalline material in the back of the turtle shell, and sparks start to fly. As in a 10-foot radius around me, fire starts.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
It's really good.
You're about 20 foot, so you're about behind the other tools.
Yeah, I would like to move.
Just roll past them.
Yeah, straight up to them.
Okay.
But everything within a 10-foot radius of me just takes
Immediately.
4 fire damage.
4 fire damage. Okay. You kill one of the crew immediately. Just sets on fire and burns.
Right.
And then the captain is obviously unhappy. Make your attack also.
Yes, I would like to reckless attack.
Yeah.
Of course you would.
So I have advantage. Not that I will need it personally. I'll get you in a minute. There's a 14 and a 15. So
What's that total?
So 15. 23 to hit.
Yes.
So
There's a reason.
I think I know the reason.
So that is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 slashing damage.
With the fire.
8 fire damage and 3 rage damage on top of all of that.
So it's 24 total.
Yes.
You come in and you stab him just next to the heart. Just! And you pull it out, and blood starts coming out of his mouth, and you can see he's barely stabbing him.
This is the captain.
Cool. I would like to make a bite attack as my second attack.
No!
He's already dead! Go for it. He's
Yeah.
about to be.
Leaning forwards, like teeth bared, ready to take a big old chunk out of this guy. That is an 18.
No. Because this time he parries. Up to a 22 AC. As he just, you come out there and he just gets his sword in your mouth. Biting it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's my turn.
So now all the crew who are attacking the Jewel are going to attack the crazy lizard folk, who's been a lovely passenger till now, but now eating their captain.
Trying to get captain.
Correct. So, I mean, they just would.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Okay, so what's your AC, Connor?
16.
Okay. Wow.
Actually, they're really good or really bad.
Only one hit. And you can have an opportunity attack against one for a reaction if you would like, or you can hold your reaction for something else.
I will probably take it. Let me see what the damage is first.
12.
Half to...
You halve it, so 6.
Half to 6.
And make a wisdom save, please.
Woo! This is just straight rolls for these saves. 15.
Snap out of it.
Woo!
So the film goes off, and you realise what you're doing.
Yeah, I immediately just look around and I'm like,
There's something here. Something took my mind.
and hope that they'll buy it.
Well, it's not their turn, unfortunately. So,
I think it's the thing that doesn't exist's turn, isn't it?
correct.
Yes.
And at this point,
Oh, she exists.
yes, she does. Yeah, we'll go with that one. That sounds fun. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. So, yeah, you just see, you literally just, listen me, something on my mind. And they kind of, you're like, the fuck are you talking about? Right? You just tried to eat the captain, I'm not listening to you. And then a tentacle comes from over the side of the ship, grabs one of the crew, and takes it down. And they're like, we're not listening. Fair enough. As we go through, so you are one crew down. One more.
Point I was going to say, we're considerably more than one.
Yeah. But that takes us to Honu.
How many of the big bads are
3
left?
chills left.
Yeah.
One of them looking like a stiff breeze would knock it over. The other 2 have been hurt, but they're looking okay.
And how far away are they from
At this point, they're towards the other end of the deck. I'd say about 80 feet.
80 feet? Okay. Are they together?
Yeah, pretty close.
Sort of like within 10 foot of each other?
Yeah, let's say within 10 foot.
I'm not going to do
Yeah, I'm sure there's no reason to that at all.
I'm just going to fire at one of them a chromatic orb with lightning damage. So that's a ranged spell attack, isn't it? Oh, that's a natural 17.
That'll hit.
And that is 3d8. Love my d8s.
Do you have a preference between 3 and 4?
They're both like same. They haven't taken any damage.
No, they both have taken damage. One looks slightly more damage than the other.
I'll go with the one who's taken more damage.
Cool.
Oh, bro. How does that work? I thought I had to. What can I add that to? Bardic
You can
Inspiration.
add it to damage as well as...
No, you can
No,
add
I
to attack. If Valor lets you add it to damage.
Oh, okay. My
In your
bad.
college bar.
So that is
But you can add it to saving throws as well, I think.
My bad, sorry.
That's right.
that
Yeah,
was
10 minutes,
that was only 6 points of lightning damage.
Still?
Is there anybody within 10 feet of me?
Yes. Of you or it?
Of me currently.
There's no enemies.
Okay.
You've got
No, that's fine.
shadows there.
That's fine. I won't do anything else then.
You're not going to fly. Not that that's what you do.
I can do that.
Flying
I'm just gonna fly, just cause.
Yeah. You fly up in 10 feet. Then you
5
down.
feet down, 5 feet.
5 foot up.
Just,
5 foot down.
just flap your shell really hard.
I'm gonna come over to where you are. How
But
far
he's the 8
I'm
foot.
like, yeah, other end of the deck.
away? Okay.
He's
I
fast.
will. I'll just get a little bit closer to where.
But if you want,
these
you can
two
fly
guys
for
are.
10 foot and then move your 30 foot. So you can get half the distance this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Flying turtle.
Fly.
Correct. But that's everything. Oh, shit. What would you like to do?
Continue the research.
It's me.
Yes. You being Obashat.
Me being Overshed. Yes, indeed. That's a name I'm accustomed to.
Definitely just did it this morning.
I would like... Right, so I'm prone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been thrown. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that, but you can use your fly to get up for that for free.
I want to use half my movement to get up.
Yep.
That was very unpleasant. So unpleasant. I'll walk to the middle of the boat, or as close to the middle of the boat as
15 foot towards it,
15 foot. How far away? So you said...
There's now 65 foot between you and the nearest tube.
What do you mean the nearest shore? What about my allies?
Actually, slightly less than that because that was 80 foot to those two. So it would be it's probably about 15. So they're about 50 foot to the nearest one, which is the one that he's hurt.
Okay. What about my allies? Is it...
25 foot to Honu. And he's the same distance as the nearest Chul, so 50.
Okay.
And Connor is fucked up.
Yeah.
He's
I should say, sorry,
fucked up.
Wolfram is the boat.
He's eaten the captain.
Okay.
Accidentally.
Mostly eaten with that.
In that case, I would like to turn to Depol. Is that how you say it?
DePaul.
Depol.
DePaul Dareen.
Depol Doreen. I would like to turn to you and I say, your name will go down in legend.
Yes, it will.
And I would like to give you bardic inspiration.
Wonderful.
Consider yourself inspired by bardic nature.
What dice?
D10.
D10. Very nice.
Yes.
We'll help with that great weapon mastery.
And for my
Actione.
actione, I would like to take a totally inappropriate stance, clear my throat, and start telling you all a story.
All about how?
Row your boat.
Yes. I would like to tell you the inspiring story of Jishron Sanderview, who was brave and courageous in the face of mind-controlling demons.
What kind of demons? You crazy.
And in so doing, I would like to cast Counter Charm, which protects me and any friendly creatures within 30 feet. They have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Nice.
And that's my action.
Cool. You will feel like your mental fortitude, especially you, Colin. Wolfram is like, listen, folk, don't get too drunk now. You just feel like lift your spirits a little bit. I mean, these children are still kicking the shit out of people, but
Speak for yourself.
well, yes. Speaking of, you'll come up soon. You're on deck.
Yes.
The last Chul.
Tool.
Yes. Right. So we'll have one attack you, shall we? Given that you just beat the shit out of it. You have an opportunity attack if you would like it.
Wonderful. I'll just do it normal. I'm going to use my bardic inspiration because that was terrible.
Whoop whoop.
Whoopie whoop whoop.
Still working it.
No, that might. 19.
Yes, that hits.
Wonderful.
You kill him. Again, you have your minimum damage does more than his health.
Yes.
So he kind of leaps at you with his pincers, and again, it was kind of you. Literally in 6 seconds beat the shit out of this guy. You went from full health to really bad room, and he just kind of tries to come into you. You just kind of go and just
Just walking around playing whack-a-mole.
basically.
I look around at just the rest of the deck in general and just go next.
As you say that, the other two children turn around. A bigger threat has arrived. What's your AC?
Given that I'm not wearing my armor, only 11.
Yes. That could be problematic. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Strength saving throw. Also, as a brute, I get to add a d6 to all saving throws.
Yes. You also need to take, when you're ready, 13 damage.
Ooh, that's not brilliant. 15 total.
That's enough. But I need you to do it again.
Better. 19.
Okay, so 13. You take 13 damage from the first pincer,
Okay.
and then you take another 10 damage from the second pincer, and then its friend is going to come attack you as well. But only one of it's going to hit. You then take another 16 damage as it gets max damage, and I need you to make another strength saving throw, please. These guys are unpleasant.
Yeah, a lot. 30.
Yeah, that's fine. Just. This was the king of the tools. Yeah, no, so it hits you, but again, it tried to grapple you. You're wise, you've seen what happens. It was like, no. That's that, so it is your turn.
Yeah. Now it's a fight. And I go for the one that just did the large amount of damage to me.
That seems totally fair.
With Great Weapon Master, why not?
Because you might miss, that's why not.
I mean, that is the answer. However, I don't, because that is an 18.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Wonderful.
Wunderbar.
Reroll that 2. That's 15 plus 20. 32.
32 damage.
Yeah.
It's up. Still. Ish. Jeez. That's a pretty hefty hit.
Save again.
Blooded, yeah.
Natural 1.
Ah. 11, you say?
Yes.
Just. You take 16 points of damage again. And could you make a strength saving throw?
20.
Yeah, fine. The other lad.
My third attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Same target, same again. Better. 19.
19.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Reroll that 2. That's another 2. So reroll that 2. That's better. So 12, 14, 24, 31.
Yeah, you kill. Indeed. And it was your bonus action. You want to attack the other?
Now as a bonus action, I'm fine. I've got health. I don't care. Yeah, bonus action. I'd like to turn to the other one. Great Weapon Master again. I believe no, that doesn't hit. That's only 11.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But you have kicked the shit out of a few of them now. Right.
I am very much. No, I'm only. I'm bloodied. I'm just a bit bloodied, but I do not care. I live for this.
Well, Fran, we're back to the top of the round.
Yes, so looking around and realising my mistakes, I'm going to try and get away from the crew as quickly as I can and probably towards the last remaining big...
Sure. Yep, okay, so you'd like to run up on the captain and attack the last duel?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to have an opportunity to attack against you.
That's fine.
But he's not looking good. So, 13.
Technically I'm still raging, so technically you would take some damage as well.
Oh, yes.
No!
Just to be that guy.
Don't you get to pick it?
Now that I'm level 11, my friends get resistance. So
Correct. They get resistance by
yes, you would only take 2.
Still enough.
You son of a bitch!
And you can just see the captain going, like, you can see it's the spark just, you were controlled by the same thing as, he burns to death.
Does he have a hat? Tell me he has a captain's hat on.
It's on fire now.
Can I grab it before?
You also kill one of his friends as well. I think you killed the first mate. Yeah.
Well, I will just, hoof it.
Not shooting that against you, right side.
I'll just hoof it towards the jewel.
Do you get it?
Thinking about the potential barbecue after this.
Food. Is that why you picked fire?
No? Shut up.
It's great.
People don't like it when I eat them raw.
You have advantage
Oh, I do.
because you're flanking.
I'll take the first one, so that's an 18 to hit.
Yes, that'll hit.
Wonderful. So that is 8 slashing damage plus 6 fire damage. Oh wait, hang on, no, 10 fire damage, including my radius.
So 18 total.
21 total plus 3 rage damage.
21. Okay. Yep, cool. Second attack.
Yes, if it's still there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. This guy was only barely been hurt.
Oh, nice. I will whale again. That's an 18. I'll roll in case I'm correct. That's a 17.
And that'll hit.
That is a 14 slashing damage plus 5 fire damage, so 19, 22 for rage damage on top.
Yep, it's just not bloody. So he's still around, but he's taken a fair chunk into him. The crew less happy with you.
That's
Just to
fine.
get the captain and the first mate.
It was an accident.
But you are also attacking the crazy sea masters. So I think they're just going to fire at that and not be too bothered if they hit you.
Let me on this crazy cool guy. Zany
Right, so let's do this.
I'm gonna stab
Beautiful.
next.
Odds.
Even.
Get hit by that one, and that one. So, does 13 hit?
Nope.
Does... Yes, that does hit. 15?
Nope.
Okay, so one of them hits and actually hit both at the jewel. That's convenient. You take 5 points of bullet damage as you get shot in the shoulder.
Cool.
Well, literally shot in the back.
Rounded down to 3, I guess?
Yes, round up.
Yeah.
And then shoot at the jewel. And let's see if they bloody him. They do. Sweet. Yeah, so it's looking pretty bad now, this last one. At this point, you all feel this reverberation across the deck. Now, the ship is not looking good stead. One of the masters already fallen over. But you feel something completely different, like a shift, and the whole ship kind of shakes to the side. It's not enough to stagger anyone, but it's enough that you all kind of feel it. And at this point, it's hard to tell, but for you two, you can see what looks like confusion on the Chul's face as well, as it looks around. And you can just see steam coming from one side of the ship. Yes. So, what I'm going to need everyone to do is make a dex save, please.
Does my danger sense count for this?
Yes, it does. We've had enough of it. Going to fuck something going on here.
Not ideal.
That's
No,
good.
not for me
because I
either.
rolled a 3 and a 12. It's not
Okay.
Still wouldn't be enough, but I got a 14.
So, cool. Fortunately,
Just the Damerus chair.
so
It's Connor, sure. Just because you can do it on command.
I want you hit back. All right, okay. What did everyone get?
9.
9,
11.
Also 11.
14.
14. So you all fail,
Yeah.
but you don't take any damage. You are just knocked prone as the ship breaks in two. And you see steam, scalding steam, come out in what would roughly be a 60-foot cone,
Sweet.
obliterating half of the ship. Fortunately, that you've all moved off of.
Nice.
Again, you can now see like the crew are just completely. This is it. Captain's dead, officer's dead, everyone's dead. Fuck this. We're all dead.
Maybe it was the steam that killed the crew.
Maybe this
And you can see the chill.
fire that you
But none of you have any perception. It's fine. You don't see it anyway.
I have a passive perception of 14, thank you very much.
Oh, do you? You
Yes.
actually can see shit.
Yes!
So what you notice is a very dark, kind of dark shape in the water, even darker than the water itself, and it's big. It's
Great.
big. It's pretty huge.
Nice.
You also notice on the other side of the ship something also pretty big, but not as big.
Okay. Sweet, double seamless.
Exactly. So
I told you.
you have the crew. Basically, at this point, the crew says, "Abandon ship!" As you might do with half a ship, and you now feel the ship sinking.
swimming.
So,
Oh, it's fine.
stick to initiative for now. But you see, just the last thing of your turn, you see the smaller shape rushing towards the bigger one. Hono, what would you like to do?
How far away is Morfran?
Now, because he's run back, he is 20 odd feet from you. And you can see that the filmy glaze is gone.
Okay, good. I'm gonna run over to you, like, what are you doing? You fucking piece of. What are you doing?
Something in the water. At my brain.
So, don't abandon ship?
There's not really much of a ship.
Okay. How far away are these guys?
He's basically right next to you. The Chul is also basically right next to you, and Olashet is just probably about 20 feet towards the side of the ship.
Cool.
And you're all basically on the line where the other part of the ship is just sinking into the ocean. And you are sinking.
I don't know where these dark patches in the water are, do I?
You can't see them. Well, I mean, you're welcome to make a perception check now. He's told you there's something in the water.
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah, make a perception check.
No. No, I see nothing. 11.
You see that? You see waves and some sort of bubbles.
Water.
But again, a lot of this is the water is now being disturbed by the ship sinking.
Sure.
So
Okay. How much is the ship sinking? I know I'm asking a lot of questions.
So I'd say.
Hypothetically, if I wanted to go and see if I could grab some more stuff, do I?
You mean from the part of the ship that's off?
Is that
broken up?
oh,
Yeah.
so,
So
so that's a no.
that is unfortunately enough.
Okay.
Fortunately, none of you were on that side. Them's the brakes.
I am gonna hold my action, but probably what I'm gonna end up doing is just diving into the water.
So what are you holding your action for?
Because you've got a whole.
When someone else is like, let's do it.
Okay,
I don't
so
want to be the one that
if one of the player characters says, let's get in the fucking water, you're ready to dive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or hypothetically says, get in the fucking sea.
Yeah.
Oh, just get into the sea.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to you guys and be like, huh?
Nice start for a swim. Olashet.
Oh shit. And another thing about Jiton Sanderview is he was very brave and this is bad. Can I see my comrades? Is it steamy enough that I can?
Yeah, so the steam is basically filling the gap between you and the other half of the ship. It's almost like it's basically boiling in that gap as that's starting to widen. You can leap either side of the ship.
Okay.
There's starting to be kind of driftwood and stuff as well now in the water as the ship falls apart. But
Okay.
you reckon you have, I'd say maybe 2 rounds before the ship is at water level.
Okay. I would like to dash towards my good friend DePaul.
You made that in your movement.
I can make that in my
Yeah,
movement.
you're all quite close now as this all kind of thrown you together as it were.
I would like to speed walk towards him, attempting to hide my rising anxiety about being in the sea.
It's alright, Olashet, I've got it. I say, thinking you're coming to attack the Chul.
Attack the jewel. When I reach you, I kind of stand back and admire your handiwork. I say, my friend, it is wonderful work you have done with this jewel.
I know!
Could I jump on your back?
Give me a second.
Great. I would like to hold my action for when that time has passed to jump on my good friend's back and
Okay.
hold on for dear.
I will say that you will jump on his back at the end of initiative, or unless he says beforehand. At the end of this round of initiative. It's the Chul's turn, who is looking terrified. It takes one look at you, one look at the kind of steam, and you see it run off to the...
No.
Yeah. Opportunity attack away, boys.
That's
23.
Hits.
24.
Hits.
Keep doing that.
29.
4, 8 slashing. 6, 10 fire.
Okay, you kill it.
And 3 rage damage.
So basically, you smash it. It goes flying, and you hold out your sword, and you basically cut it in half as it goes through.
I had that.
Is there any of the crab meat?
Well, you actually didn't. He had to kill it.
No, I had that.
So is there any of the crab meat in grabbing distance? As a
Yeah.
free- Can I just...
Yeah, that's good. I will it out. As a reaction, you just sure. You gain no benefits from it.
Oh, no,
But it's
no,
slightly
no.
cooked, so you don't get any poison either. From your fire source. Okay, what else would you like to do? It's now up to Paul's turn, yeah.
Right, what can I see around me?
The crew are basically looking like they're about to jump overboard. Well, actually, the crew look like they're basically in the lifeboat while this is happening. They've jumped into the lifeboat and they're taking it. The other lifeboat has been destroyed. And you can see behind you steam rising out of this gap, and you can see that the ship is going down.
How much space is there in the lifeboat?
Well, for these crew, there's enough for at least 2 of you, but they are not looking at you like they're inviting you into the lifeboat. They look like they have guns pointed at you lot and are lowering it down. You'd have to run and jump into it as well, because it is starting to lower as you're looking at it.
How many of the crew are left?
4.
How do they look?
Not good.
10 out of 10, wood bag.
They're pointing guns. Okay.
Yeah. They haven't fired, but they are pointing guns.
So I just turn to them and go, friends, what is this? What are you doing?
Cool. At that point, she leaps on your back.
Fine.
We go up to Mothra.
Cool. Seeing Overshed jump on Paul's back, I just like release the knot in the rope around my waist and say, bind them! And my rope slithers up and wraps around the 2 of you and ties a nice little neat knot.
In a helpful way?
Yeah, around the 2 of you. Around the 2 of you. So
Tying
you're...
us together,
Yeah.
not down.
No.
I was
Turns out you didn't make the save.
I'm still
not the
a
time for
monster. Yeah, I tie the 2 of them together, so that
Cool.
hopefully helps, I guess. And then if we're all going to be running, I'm just going to run and dive off into the water because I have swim speed.
Towards the big creature, or the other direction where the other small creature came from?
Where's the steam?
Emanating from the big creature.
Okay, I'm not going towards the steam. Just natural self-preservation.
Cool.
Yeah, I will go the other way.
And you just jump up into the water.
Yeah, I can
so
jump and
he does
dive
that,
in.
and then you just see this lizard folk.
Yep.
Dive into the water.
Morfran prefers epic manoeuvres to steam.
The crew, the last remaining crew, bruised, bloodied, battered, just before they disappear from you off the side of the ship. You ask, friends, what is going on? He killed the captain and the first officer. You can die out here. And
What?
then they're gone.
Well, fuck you too!
I also would have jumped in, right? After you.
Yeah.
Swimming
At this
speed.
point, you just hear a thundering roar. And you hear, in your minds, just a scream of telepathic pain. Doesn't do anything to you, but you kind of get the sense that what he was talking about, that thing, is in pain and it's just yelling out. Probably from the other thing that's in the water right now.
Is that you?
On him. You saw him jump off, so are you going to use your action then to do it as well? Cool. So as soon as he runs off, you jump off together. So it is now your turn as you're entering the water. You looking for anything? You just paddle.
I want to look under the water and see what I can see.
Okay, make a perception check.
Scuba.
With disadvantage, please.
Oh, it's not going to be good. 5.
It's really dark. This is at night. It's quite stormy and choppy. You just see kind of bits of wood, bits of the ship sinking down. You can see Mothran is flailing in the water.
Flailing, I have a swim speed.
You do. But you can see you kind of kicking his nuts going through. Flailing with proficiency. And kind of coming through. And you can basically just see the ship getting lower and lower in the water in front of you. You can vaguely, more of a sense, you know, like when it's really dark, you know you can't actually see something, but you sense something. That's what you have. You can kind of feel the vibrations of the water. And whatever they are, they're huge. You move in, you do anything else? Or you just
I'm just going to move away from everything.
Smart. On the ship, you are currently tied to the pool.
I would like to send you a message.
You say turn, you're like on his back, so it's like.
Just around. Great stories will be told of your bravery on this day. and I would like to cast haste on him.
Smart.
So your speed is doubled, you have +2 to AC, you have advantage on dex saves, and you gain an additional action on each of your turns.
Nice.
The action you can use.
Wonderful. Cool.
Give you a pat.
And the children are all dead, so.
Oh, fine. I look over the edge of the ship.
Which side? Or into the chasm.
So what I'm imagining is like broken edge of the ship, big steamy monster, and then they jumped off the lifeboat over
So
here.
let's call this the ship, right?
Yes.
So that's the edge. Where you guys are sitting is the back edge, which falling in. Between us is the chasm. On the left-hand side, this kind of crazy creature where all the steam emanated from, there was a dark shape that you saw swam from this side into the chasm, and there's been shit going on. So you can jump into the steamy chasm. You can jump to the same side as the big creature, or what they did, which is jump off the right-hand side, from my perspective now, away from that big creature.
Okay. Do I see anything in the water on the right-hand side?
Make a perception check, please.
Oh, good. I'm good at those. 5.
You see them, and wood.
I see wood.
Yeah, you see like driftwood and stuff.
Very well. This is my plan. I just look over the back of my over my shoulder and go, hold on, my friend. Oh wow, that's interesting. Oh wow, and then I just start running very, very fast towards the edge, leap over the side, and do my best to. I look down towards the sea, towards bits of driftwood, and go and breathe ice into the seawater, attempting to freeze some of the seawater with some of the wood in it.
Yes. I'll allow it for ingenuity, if nothing else. So you do that, obviously you land in the water, but as you go down, you guys are kind of sitting there going, fuck, we've just escaped this, and you see the dragonborn come over, breathe this ice over, kind of get into this kind of collection of driftwood, which consists kind of mini iceberg almost, just floating on the top, and then vanishes under the water.
Nice.
You have an extra action, sir, so you've used that to.
I would like to swim up and attempt to climb onto the iceberg.
Make an athletics check with disadvantage, please.
That's fair.
Because you have an other shit on you.
That's fair. Good. That's good. Natural 1.
So you see this happening. It's nice boat. It's probably big enough for say 4 people. And you see him get on, and you just slip and fall below the water. I need both of you to make con checks, please.
Stop struggling.
Basically, make con checks. Save 4, please. Con save.
Oh dear.
Modded 20.
Fine.
9.
You take a whole 1 point of suffocation damage as you actually go under the icicle, and because she's on your back, she went under first and comes out last, and you were not prepared for this. So you're and you're just like hitting him in the back. Get to the surface, you fool! And then you do. You guys.
Can I just shout out for a?
I mean, you're underwater, so you can go. Blah, blah, blah.
I thought we'd gone above water.
Not yet.
Okay, fine. For a bonus action, I second wind.
Okay. Cool. And then you at the end of your turn, it's literally coming to the other side of the icicle, so you're not above it yet. You're just still floating in the water.
It's a very loud iceberg.
Right. At this point, Mothran, what should I do?
I'm on 69 health.
I would like to swimming just kind of under the water.
Doesn't count as 69 for facing the same way.
I would like to look towards the direction of the steamy monster and stuff like that and see if I can see anything.
Make a perception check.
Nope. That's 7.
If only some of you could roll, any of you could roll above a 12. It'd be great. Again, just this dark creature that you know is there, and kind of this bubbling roar.
Cool. Seeing the companions that I tied together probably gonna start drowning soon, I would like to swim over and push them out from underneath.
No, they just make a.
Oh, okay.
Just, that's the end of that
Okay,
turn.
cool. Well, if they're okay, then I would like to try and huck them on, like try and swim from underneath and lift to like at least give them
Okay.
help getting up onto
Yeah.
the iceberg.
Noted. We'll get to that on your turn.
Yeah.
In which case, and yeah, so at that point, and then this time you hear a very clear. There's this splash from the other side of the wreckage. You can't see it now. You're kind of starting to float away, but you hear this roar. If any of you have come across dragons in the course of your adventures, that's the closest sound to it, but it still sounds a little different. And
Is it speaking any sort of language?
it's just a roar, a primal thing, and you are just. It's not like an effect, but you are just terrified. It is so beyond anything that you have faced. And you've sort of even seen it's just this thing, but you know that whatever that black shape was, it made that sound and it took down the ship. So maybe not go that way.
Oh, I really want to fight it though.
And you feel that telepathic
I
pain
know, it
again,
doesn't
but
need it.
fainter as well. And we come to Hanu.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get up on this little iceberg.
Athletics check, please.
Oh. 11?
It's slippy and you can't quite get on with all your 450 pounds of weight.
That's fair.
That pingu sliding across the
You shouldn't even get that high. And the iceberg just goes. Unless you can do anything for a bonus, that's you.
I might come over and help if I
That's
can.
an action.
That's fine, I'll just come over and watch.
It's like holding the iceberg and looking good. Good luck. Other chest. You are just on the back.
It's something I can really do. I'd like to try and centre my weight helpfully.
Make an acrobatics check, please.
Okay. Above a 12.
Hooray!
That's good.
Oh! Yes, 18.
18. Yeah, okay, so you kind of just put yourself in as tight as possible to not be like dragging his way and stuff like that, and kind of just almost like feel for his movements, right? So when he moves through, you kind of go with it rather than pull against. That takes us to Paul's. You may now make an athletics check with advantage
Wonderful.
because you have help and no longer hindrance.
Eesh. Still not brilliant, but more than a 12. 17.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not elegant, but you do manage to scramble up onto this iceberg.
Cool. I just. Yeah. Morfran, the rope is not helping.
Speaking of, Mothran,
I'll pop my head out from under the water and say,
Release!
and the rope undoes itself and falls slack onto the iceberg.
cool. Do you want to climb on?
I mean, yeah, for now. I'll climb on and like offer a hand down to.
Athletics check, please.
Nice. I'm not raging anymore because it has been a while.
And also fire would melt things.
Yes, that is also true.
I just assumed you'd given that up.
Yeah, no, I definitely did. That is a 21.
Yeah, you're fine. So with a little bit more poise, then you guys kind of just scrambled up.
Using my tail to counterbalance me, leaning back and like offering a hand down to Honu.
Speaking of, hi.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and climb up again.
Advantageously.
Hooray!
So you now have people weighing it down and a hand helping you.
12?
Again, with great difficulty, and you guys feel the iceberg start to do this as you get on.
Everyone stand on the other side!
Hey, that worked!
It's like balance. But you're there, and you are floating. You don't have anything for oars. You don't have anything.
I mean,
Splice. You see the crew going the opposite direction to you, just as far away as they can get.
I don't know how helpful it would be, but we could tie the rope to me and I can swim. I don't know if I'd be able to pull it off.
Has anyone got like a sail? No? What's in your bag?
A fortress?
Anybody wearing
A fortress.
a cloak or anything?
No, you all came from bed.
It's wonderful.
I'm wearing what you see.
as the rope begins to slowly crawl back towards me and climb up me and tie itself around my waist.
I picture it very much like the flying carpet from the Aladdin animated film. It's just like very sassy. It goes
Yeah.
like that.
I I turn to Sabine, and I say, "You did well, my darling. I think now I may need to use you for something you're not used to. I hope that's okay."
You want to start?
I use my maul as a pseudo oar.
Okay, it makes very little difference in a storm maiden sea at night, but you feel better. It does give you some stability. You don't actually get to control your direction, but it just means that you don't kind of spin constantly and you go through. But time passes.
Okay, cool.
So,
Well, this is interesting.
it's basically you kind of keep doing this, but you are all tired. None of you really got from that state. You are all considered exhausted. And after a few hours, you can't actually tell with the darkness and stuff, but basically at first light, you find yourselves washing up onto this pebble shore.
Am I still poisoned?
As soon as you weren't paralysed, you were free out.
Cool, so I saved from both. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, the paralysis was the poison. So you kind of wash up, and you're all completely exhausted. So you kind of wash up, and you don't quite realise that you've hit land because you're all kind of just, and then you realise that you're not moving anymore, and it's kind of a little bit more stable. It's not a big kind of cove. It's literally directly into the cliffs. The cliffs are about 60, 70 feet tall. They're quite sheer, and there is a cave there, but that's basically, it's only about 30 foot as a semicircle leading into the sea, and there is a river that comes basically out the cave.
Did we get a short rest on the raft?
No.
Ooh, okay.
I wake up, still clutching Sabine, and I'm like, "Sabine, you did it! Hey everybody, Sabine did it! Well, you all did it, I suppose, but well, you're welcome."
So,
Yeah, thanks.
thanks, Maul. Right.
Does anybody know where we are?
We are not in the sea anymore.
I don't know, but I'm tired.
Do we have any idea?
No, you have no clue. You're drifting. None of you are sailors by trade or anything like that.
Is it literally just a pebble beach? And
Pebble
then
Beach,
sheer
cliff,
and
cave, dark
There's
cave,
no,
with
like,
river.
bush or
No.
anything like that. Okay.
I grab a few pebbles, put them in my pocket.
Okay. You do. They are pebbles.
Yes, they are.
How far away is this little cave entrance?
It's a kind of semicircular beach. It's not obviously exactly that because it's natural, and it probably wasn't a beach at all. It's probably just the cliffs have fallen down. But it's about 30 foot from end to end, and it's only probably about 15 feet kind of deep at its most, and you've landed basically there. The cave is on one side. The cave is about 15 feet wide,
Okay.
and it should kind of just go straight into the cliff, and it is dark.
Cool. I would like to snap off a piece of the driftwood. And as an action, it's another thing I can do.
Yeah.
Touch the flammable thing, and the end of it sets on fire.
Cool.
And I start just wandering straight into the cave.
Cool.
Good idea.
I hope there's beds in here.
I highly doubt there'll be beds in here.
Given there's no light, and the entire bottom is a riverbed, you're literally walking upstream.
So there is a bed in here.
It does seem likely that there will be enemies in here. Is anyone else
Enemies?
picking up on that?
Wonderful.
I mean,
As long as they have something I can eat, we are happy.
You just have that
True.
crab.
So,
I'm a bit peckish myself.
So you're wondering, you travel for, it's probably about 5-10 minutes, it's a little bit windy, but it's all just one. It's been basically made by the river coming out. It goes up to about shin height, so it's about a foot deep or so. So it's not difficult, but it is just kind of constant. And you get to, basically after about 5-10 minutes of walking, it comes to kind of small waterfall, probably about 20 to 30 feet high, and the river just coming over it, and you can see the cave continues on.
We can try and continue on up here, or we can stop briefly.
I would enjoy a short rest.
yeah,
It would be very helpful.
yeah, me too.
Well, then I suggest we maybe stop here.
Is there anything out of the river where we're at?
At this point, no, it
Ah,
is just
well.
constant river.
Well, we can't really stop here then. I'd be the only one comfortable semi-submerged in water.
We could sit on you.
This is true.
You want to put at least a 450-pound turtle, not minding what they are, on you.
Probably not. Don't know that I'm that small. Well, I mean, I guess maybe we continue on for a bit.
Let's keep going. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Right. Does it look like there's anything my rope would be able to tie itself around to at the top of this wall?
How long is your rope?
30 foot.
Then yeah. There's kind of like some outcroppings and stuff like that you can, like a stalagmite or stalactite that you probably can.
Yeah, I just like go to undo the knot and just say,
Find yourself somewhere to tie on.
and it refuses to undo for a second before.
It's like, I want it to work.
Yeah. And then I finally just manage to get off and it begins slowly but surely climbing up the side.
Slithering up around the rocks. And you can see there are stuff that could, in a push, be kind of handhold and foothold and stuff like that. With the rope dangling down, you can start trying to climb up.
Cool, yeah, I have the other end of the rope tie itself around my waist and then I'm going to try and climb up.
Make an athletics check with advantage, please.
17 and an 18. So with athletics, 18, 26.
Literally, my friend says this, you see the rope come down and he just almost like walks up. He's no problems whatsoever. Just like bounds up and climbs to the top.
Yeah, when I get to the top, I have it untie me again and help the others. And it drops back down so you can...
I'll go next. How tall is the waterfall?
30 foot.
30 foot, cool. I will tie the rope around and climb up. Advantage.
Yes.
Whoa. Damn it.
That rope is coming handy.
Mm.
I did not plan for this.
It's the one thing he wears.
So hang on, when he sends it away.
The rope just
It's just a
sits
belt
around my waist. Yeah, I just use
You're
it.
seeing everything all the time anyway.
27, everything.
Yeah, you're fine. Just as quickly you climb. You're very...
Slightly better, you might say.
I didn't say that, and I don't say that.
But he rolled the 26.
Yes,
Yeah, but what
but
are
I'm the
numbers?
DM
What
and
are
I get to
numbers?
pick. In fact, you do it slightly less because he gets the rope and the rope helps him more. Don't presume.
All of a sudden you see people sat in a room looking down at your character as he begins to climb. Sees the Eldritch horrors of the numbers.
He thinks it doesn't matter. The ball thinks he does it better anyway.
Well, that I will do. Who's going next?
I'll go next.
I would like to brace the rope as much as possible.
Yeah.
That would be great, thank you. It's with advantage, right?
The rope does itself.
Ooh. Nice. Athletics.
Maybe for 450-pound turtle.
16.
It's magic.
16.
So you struggle a little bit, but with Conan Heart helping to lift and the rope being magic, you do get up.
Strength checks are going to go great because that was a natural 19.
Exactly.
And I'm struggling to climb with a rope.
Yeah. Okay, so. Good luck.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
we both brace the rope to...
Yeah, so you don't have advantage.
That's fair. This is not going to go well. Oh. 9?
9!
No.
Can I get both of you to make a dex save, please?
I doubt my dentist on this because it's not a trap or something. It's just shit.
13.
13.
Oh.
Good roll.
6.
Okay, so you start slipping as you basically get halfway and then fall, and your weight pulls on the rope,
Oh.
and you kind of you start skidding towards the edge. You're like, nope, done. You're like, I've got this. You take 3d6, all threes. 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall, crash, basically behind you.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Stand up. Brush my naked scales off.
Shall we give it another go?
Yes.
And I send the rope to the top again,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna try and help by bracing underneath the giant.
Okay,
person.
cool. So make an athletics check.
Oh, wait, no. Tie it to me and then try and pull it up. I'll turn it into just a shell. And then we'll do. Pop my head up. No?
Okay, question. Would the turtle, if a normal turtle did that on a river, would it float?
I Yeah, maybe.
Then
I reckon.
you do that and you start to float down the river. And you're like, no? And you realise you've gone quite far. Because it's a foot deep.
I thought you were going to tie it to me.
You gave me no warning.
Yeah.
Shall we do that or not?
Is everything alright down there?
Yes, let's just try and climb once more.
Okay.
Are you going to help from below? Cool. Sorry, just a...
I'm gonna help from above.
Dan? I think this dice needs to go on a dice jail. It's brand new.
Fortunately, so you make a deck save. You're prepared this time. You can literally see it coming, so you just step back as the turtle falls.
Yeah, 29.
Yeah, you're fine. You just go, okay then.
Sorry, Dex, 21.
Yeah, that's still fine. You want to try again? It's not that hard a DC.
You keep saying that.
I know, but it's you guys can't roll higher than a 12.
Do I get advantage this time?
No, because you're
Oh.
so heavy. That's the problem.
It's a 4.
So you don't even make it up. You don't know. She's like, shush.
Let's try my idea.
Oh, yes, fine. Let's try your idea. We'll all get tired.
Hey!
Sassy.
Don't fat shame
I
me.
just put my foot against your shell.
Go on, disappear into your home.
You can take the Connor out of the Damerus.
Go.
Yeah.
So you tie it up.
Rope to tie it somewhere around
So
it.
make an acrobatic check.
Have my face kind of just slightly on the edge of the shell so I can see what's going on.
You want a little turtle panscope, really, don't you?
Totally.
16.
Yeah, fine. It's a nice, solid, hefty rope. Right, and are you? So how are you now? Because you guys are just presuming a lift from the top, are you? So you're gonna try and climb up first.
I can just try and climb up
Yeah.
first.
So now.
I'm supervising.
18.
18, yeah. This is difficult because obviously you've given basically the rope to. So you basically free climb, but you struggle, but you do make it. You can help, and you will. It will add.
Yeah.
So if you would like to help, and everyone lift it.
All help.
I'm also going to
Will I
cast.
take full damage when I inevitably fail?
Only if you fail a dex afterwards.
I'll try once.
Yeah. So pure strength for everyone. Damn it.
Not me though, right? I'm going to cast the cantrip Gust, which moves with a £5 object, so it's £5 less.
Okay. I will take it into account.
45.
Yeah. It feels maybe a little easier.
Is it
Oh,
is
come
this
on.
strength or athletics?
Strength.
Strength. Then 8.
Lads!
So 6 overall for me.
It could be worse. 2.
I rolled a 2.
I nodded to.
Oh, nice.
2. So 16 in total.
Yep.
Okay.
Cliffs are the bane of our existence.
I mean, at this point, you don't even lift them. So you're just sitting there going, "Have you started yet?
I'm like,
Come on."
the wind just kind of coming up.
I look
Oh,
behind.
it's a spell, guys. It's a spell. Yeah.
So you guys are.
I look.
Don't tell the talk.
I look behind myself and to the two of you and go, no, pull.
Like, try again. Fortunately, you did so badly you didn't even lift anything. There's no ramifications.
That's better.
Come out. 10.
I rolled a 6.
Sarah.
It's just flat strength, that is, isn't it?
What? Is that cool?
That's cocked.
2 again.
17.
Thank fuck. Okay, so you're doing most of the work, obviously. you are helping a little bit.
Yeah, I'm great.
And Onishet is also there. But struggling, like a real struggle. And you're just saying, oh, it's kind. Oh, this is lovely. Let's do this more often.
Yeah, you just kind of
And you get up.
Singing elevator music to myself.
Can I please get you two, all three of you, to roll con saves, please?
21.
Cool.
6.
Oh no.
26.
Yeah, you two are fine. You are considered at one level of exhaustion.
We were already exhausted though, right?
No, that was just a description.
Oh.
Otherwise, you would have had disadvantage on all ability checks.
I was going to say,
You now do. Yeah, you are now exhausted. That was not a good thing. These two used to doing strong stuff. You're a storyteller. You're not really a kind of a weightlifter. Cool, but you make it up. That one eventually.
Yeah.
next week on Waterfall World.
Jesus. Right.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. So you keep going forward, and you see. I presume you're going to just stop. You keep walking down the river. It starts to get a bit choppy, a bit narrower, and a bit higher. And you start to get the feeling that this is getting a little bit difficult. Almost like it's difficult terrain. So everyone other than you having a little bit of trouble. And then who's leading? First of all. I presume it would be you, Mr. I'm not bothered by difficult terrain.
Possibly, but at this point I would go and go, can you pass us a torch, please?
Yes.
Difficult to see very well, and, come on, what's the problem with it?
Yeah, so you go through. As you're
Don't move
walking,
so slowly.
you start walking, and then you basically just catch yourself from walking off basically a dip. And you can see in front of you what look like stepping stones towards where the bank comes back. And in front of you is just this really quick river, like rapids, basically. Like that. So you get the feeling that you can either try, and it would be very difficult to swim against the current, or you could jump between these stepping stones to get across.
What's the distance?
The distance, it's about 15 foot at most, but with kind of the angles and stuff like that, you reckon so long as you've got 10 foot of good jumping distance in, you should be okay.
Because my strength score is 20, which means that my
Running on jump is 20 foot.
then, considering I can move unimpeded,
Yeah.
may I attempt to jump to the shore?
Sorry, the distance to the actual thing is about 50 foot.
Right,
So
right.
I was doing between each stepping stone.
I see, fine.
Kind of at an angle. You're in trouble here.
Yeah.
One moment, let me check something.
Those can hold me, right?
Probably not.
Do they look like they can hold me?
They look like solid kind of stalagmites.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Yeah, we good?
How fast is the water moving?
Pretty fast. It's hard for you to tell without the exact speed of just. Yeah, this bit gets really quite narrow, which is why it's kind of, again, think of rapids.
Okay.
If you fall into it, it's going to be a hell of a time trying to fight it, basically.
Even with a natural swim speed?
You would have a better chance than anyone else. But even you, even with your experience, you think this round, you probably the only one who could do it if you started, could try.
Yeah.
Any of these guys, they're never going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
They might be able to if they fell in, kind of try and swim to one of the stalagmites, but they're never going to be able to directly face the current.
Okay, I'm just going to lead the way across and attempt to jump across the stepping stones.
Okay, so you have an option here.
Mm-hmm.
You can either try and go quick with your strength, or you can try and be finessey with your dexterity.
No, I'm going to be quick.
Okay, so can you make 3 athletics checks, please?
Athletics. Natural 1. 21
I don't think that was relevant actually.
and 25.
So, surprisingly, you get very close to the end. So you kind of jump through, it's on the last step stone, you just don't quite hit it, and you land in the water.
No.
Can you please make an athletics check to try and swim to the nearest stalagmite?
22.
You do? Yeah, so the penultimate one, you manage to go, you don't grab the one you missed because you couldn't land in and start going back, but you grab that one and you climb up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you reckon one more solid athletics check would probably get you there?
Cool. Sorry, just my own visualization. Am I kind of jumping and clinging to stalagmites, or am I jumping?
They're more like stepping stones. So
Right.
they come a little, probably about a foot or 2 foot out of the water, and when you fell in, you kind of grabbed it and climbed up.
I understand. Right. Thank you. Athletics game studies, please. 15.
15? Yes. Just as difficult. You kind of almost slip off, but you manage to get to the other side.
Yeah. There we go. It's fine.
So you all have the same option. You can go quick, or you can go kind of slow, finessey. What would you like to do?
Could we use your rope?
Yes, of course. Help them.
And the rope.
For some reason, I was envisioning you strangling him.
Do what I say.
Right.
Just magical things.
Why do you have it?
You know,
No one forced you, got it.
no one forced me to.
It was a present. It's mine. This one understands gifts now.
Right, next one. Who's going next? Next.
I'll try and go strength based.
Cool.
3 checks.
Yes, please.
Does anyone have like a 50-foot rope? Does anyone have an explorer's pack on them, or?
Oh yes, I have an explorer's pack on. So oh no, I probably don't because I didn't pick
Because a
it
50-foot rope could make it all the way.
up. None of us have an
We won't
explorer's
have
pack.
all
We
that.
woke
Shit,
up
son,
with
there's
a
a
little
lot. This is why I asked if people picked up.
cool.
I picked up the important things.
So, a 10,
Yeah.
modded 20,
Yeah.
and 25.
You make it. Woo! So again, it's difficult, but with just the speed, there's a couple times you almost slip, but because you're just going for speed, you kind of use that and jump between them all, and end up landing on the far end.
Okay.
I will sit down with my sword across my lap, just picking off tiny bits of crab, and maybe some bits of the captain that are still on me.
So Avachet and Honu.
Do you know how you're getting across? Because I've got a cool way to do it. For me, don't know about you though.
I would be delighted to see.
I'm gonna cast polymorph on myself and turn into a bird.
Yep.
Turn into this bird.
Yep. You turn into that
Sweet.
bird.
And I'm just gonna slap across.
Yeah, no issues.
I'm gonna just kind of fly around for a bit. Just be like,
Cool.
no.
No.
I would like to, with extreme care, tie the rope to the nearest stalagmite and to something on the
Sarah?
shore. Yeah.
You're a bard. You
Yeah.
have spells.
Yeah.
I happen to know one of your spells.
Yeah.
But
One of them might be very helpful right now.
it's a waste, though. It's a waste.
It's almost like that's his plan.
I mean, yeah. But
How many spell slots have you used so far?
I also now have bird
One.
for an hour.
How many spell slots do you have?
You also have
More than one.
points that you can
Do you think you might want to use one?
Yeah.
you get with a short
Miss -3 athletics.
Yeah. Okay. So with extensively planning and like.
If I put that there, and I put there, and then I go there, but then we'll go back there, and then if you put the fox on the other side.
As you're doing this, because I think that just telling people to do good works because you've done it to me, so it must work for everyone. I'm just like, don't worry about the shit. You can do it. Right? You can. Yes, you can do it.
Probably not. Fuck it.
Dimension door.
Walk down and be like, you're right, I can.
See? You're welcome.
You had me so inspired, my friend. You always see me through hard times.
Ah, well. What are friends for, huh?
Perfect. So, you continue wandering on. The rat is still quite fast, but it's no longer difficult terrain.
We're still in a river.
You are still in a river bed.
Right.
But as you walk on for another kind of 5-10 minutes, and then you see a waterfall coming down, but this is what's just coming straight from the ceiling. It's like a wall of water. Let's go there. And passive perception is 14. Cool. So, you come to this waterfall, what do you do?
Have we been did we?
No, so the last time you can
Have we
see
been
Andy
going round in circles?
the passageway went up with it, right? So you kind of went up. This one, it literally falls from the ceiling. So it's like a wall of water falling down, and then the river continues.
My friends, remind me. Why are we in this cave?
We washed up here.
But you can't see rocks on the other side of this waterfall.
Should we find a different cave?
This was the only cave.
He's not wrong, I think.
I mean, we didn't check. That's what I'm saying. We did.
Well, we're
Might be a
welcome to
very
go
nice
back.
cave.
We're welcome to go back and climb up the sheer cliffs if you wish.
This is a bad day.
So, sorry. So the previous one was river, waterfall,
Continuing, and it was
like
a passage.
passage.
This one
like
is
so.
the tunnel, and it's just a wall of water, and the tunnel looks like it continues forward.
And the tunnel continues past the waterfall.
Yeah.
Okay. You can just relight this, can't you? Fine. Can I see anything past the waterfall?
Make a perception check.
13.
No, it's too kind of thick and running.
Cool. Fine, I just walk forward.
Light goes out. Can you make a dex save for me, please?
I'll try.
It was an acid waterfall.
I have no reason.
So no, was the torch going out as you go to your
I have no reason to suspect anything's going to go wrong.
That's dark vision.
That's good.
I need to check and Volas.
Half
I
elf.
Woohoo! Dragon Ball.
do. You have Volas over there.
I do. It's not for you.
But it's mine.
So
24.
24. So you walk, you step through, and as you go to take the second step, you feel nothing.
What?
And then you pull back, and you're just, if you kind of like your body in the waterfall, you leave your head up, you realise there's a massive chasm.
Hey guys!
And it goes through, it's about 100 foot long, 200 foot wide, the ceiling, about 50 foot tall, solid rock. You literally can't see the bottom. It's just darkness. And on the other side, almost as if this tunnel was once full, you can see a similar opening and what looks like kind of an open circular room, and beyond that, another circular opening and light.
How far across is it?
100 foot.
100 foot.
You're a bird.
Yeah, I got to fly. Across.
Yep, you're fine.
And just perch on the other edge. Just flat.
And so I can see the other side.
Yeah. Because there's some light, it's about 500 foot away, so you can just see light and it emanates through. Because that kind of circular room that you can see looks like it's about 200 foot long, and then this chasm is 100 foot long. So it's quite wide, but you can just about see it.
Borrow Volas. I need to check if I have Damerus or not, because I have not written it down.
You lizard folk.
Yeesh.
I tell you now.
The 100s.
I'll tell you what it is. It's in the 100, I think.
How big? What size of bird are you? You literally like this.
It's like a pigeon size.
I've some characteristics.
Not
A pigeon,
One
you
of
say?
You weren't wrong, sir.
That's dangerously close to a reference. Birds.
Verbs.
No.
Cool.
Really food.
Didn't think so.
Yeah, no.
Only fish.
You can hold your breath for up to 15 minutes, though.
Yup.
That's cool. They're quite cool.
Ooh. Guybrush Threepwood, based lizard folk.
Yes, Guybrush.
Guybrush Threepwood, protagonist of the Monkey Island series. You know, pathetic little guy tries to be a pirate, but one of his defining features is he can hold his breath for 10 minutes.
Cool. So the bird flies across. What's everyone else doing?
I take out a rock and drop it into the chasm.
That rock.
Oh dear. That's a long way to climb.
I can take one of you across, but only one.
The other was that.
So now you fight.
No, that is unfair to him.
Yes, he won't fight very well when I eat his fingers.
I've never understood your obsession with that.
I like meat carrots.
Meat carrots.
Yes.
I like this idea.
We'll get you some, friend.
Have you ever eaten a friend?
When someone is dead, they are simply meat. Their soul has gone on to the beastlands.
Good to know.
I'm gonna fly back because I feel like I'm missing out.
The circle.
Guys, there's a oh wait. You can tell about one of us across. Well, you have the rope. I'm sure you'll be fine. Shall we?
In fact, hang on. For me, what's the biggest bird I can polymorph into, or biggest flying creature? Could I carry another?
A giant eagle.
A giant eagle. I can carry people on a giant eagle.
Probably carry.
One at a time.
Yeah, one at a time.
I've had a brilliant idea.
Please go ahead.
What's this?
So you're like flapping, you just hear the giant eagle take us.
That is even better. I love magic.
You call that a bird?
Call that a bird. It's a bird.
You can't say that, it's confusing. Right, so
I would like to climb on board the larger bird. After a brief
breaking-
second of thought.
Turn and turn about, huh?
I'm gonna look up at you. You can't communicate anything. I'll be
Just
like,
like put my hand out.
We're just doing Mordecai and Reed.
cool. So you fly across. People come back.
Show you the world.
I mean, as a giant eagle, you have a stupidly quick fly speed anyway. So it's like in about 10 seconds, and you're across. And you just drop him, and you go down.
No ski lift this.
Cool.
So 2 birds, 2 not birds.
One stone.
Oh God.
Anyway, circular room, almost exactly circular. Past perception 14, you notice there are things in the water, not moving.
mine's 13 as a bird as well.
Where in the hell is this water coming from?
No, there are skeletons.
Ah, skeletons.
Nice.
We
So,
can see
no
this.
meat on them.
Skeletons.
I yelled.
And you can see 2 of
I
them
got
crossing
it.
against tunnel, and then there's light at the end of that tunnel.
Oh, nice.
Like outside light.
Strong.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
Don't forget she's always saying not to move towards it.
I was just going to say, I can't remember. Is that a good or a bad thing?
I think it's supposed to be bad.
Right.
Back into the cave, everyone.
But we just went that way.
Live here now.
So there is no. The water here is more like a kind of like a bowl. So it's flat. There's no river or any water flowing into it, and it gets deeper in the centre as you go through.
So it's a pool in the centre of the circular room.
And no, the whole room is water.
Oh,
basically,
right.
Other than this lip where you are and the lip where the tunnel is. The
Right.
The water goes up to the walls.
Point out the skeletons to my companions.
I would like to fly over it, please.
You do? No issues.
In the
Me too.
skeleton.
Skeletons in the water.
In the water.
Yeah.
Not moving, but in there.
Okay.
Smug birds.
Bird friends.
I come back.
Bigger bird friend.
I come back.
Could I have a lift, please? Thank you.
You fly. What are you two doing? Oh, this is.
I think I'll just get in the water and start swimming around the edge.
Cool. So you get in the
I'm
water.
gonna hover
The
over
third
you.
sea monster.
Well, you can say that.
Keeping an eye on the skeletons.
Yeah, you keep an eye on skeletons. Skeletons don't move.
Skeletons don't move,
The other thing I don't see does.
What's your AC again?
16.
Oh,
Cool.
oh no.
Just gonna open this book. Just pay no mind. It's fine.
So what do you like most about being a bird?
You feel just.
So I said, what do you like most about being a bird?
That's weird.
There's something in the water that is not me.
Oh dear. So just give me a second.
That's cool.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You get buffeted 3 times, and the 4th time, bad shit happens.
Sweet. I shot myself.
Yes. You take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
As you
No
feel
longer on
yourself.
3 figures.
7 bludgeoning, and you feel yourself dragged beneath the water.
Cool. Do I have time for like a snatch breath as I'm going
Yes, you
under? Cool. So that's 15 minutes on the clock till I need to do
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, please.
Sweet. Because I'm grappled or because I'm underwater?
Because you're about to be grappled if you don't pass it.
That's fair. With disadvantage. Well, I rolled a 3 and a 17.
So-
I guess that's a 5.
Yeah. Well, you are grappled by something you can't see.
Sweet.
Yeah. Cool. So, flying across, flappy above.
Right, I'm just gonna start like
passive perception is what?
9.
You don't hear this. What?
14.
Yeah, you're fine. You hear this kind of call, and you look over and you just see the flapping.
And I'm just gonna like be like kind of like bashing this up on the water.
What's wrong, Lassie? It's been stuck in well.
Can I get everyone to roll initiative, please?
Yeah. I have advantage on this.
Hooray! I'm glad I swapped dice.
Better than before.
Good, I had advantage on this.
I thought that was difficult. It's much better than before.
A 2.
You're in.
And my other number.
Yes.
Oh
I
yeah.
am not a sleepy dragon.
No comment.
Okay, 20 and above.
21. I
Were
may
you
be.
22 last time? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I have advantage on
15 to 20.
16.
19.
Oh, you guys.
I know, right?
Acting in like the first chunk of initiative this time.
10 to 15.
Oh no.
The Poldarine is always ready.
Except.
Except when he is. What do you mean, except?
Cool. So, you're being held under water. I presume you want to try and break the grapple.
Yes, please.
Okay, well that's
So did you all of
let's
us?
say disadvantage. Yeah.
Cool.
You're the last.
Cool.
If you're less than 10, you're the last.
After the skeletons.
9.
And you take. Hang on. Nothing.
Oh no. That's a lot of dice.
It's not that bad. 12 necrotic damage.
Ooh. Fancy damage.
Necrotic.
Cool. So you're still grappled. What else do you want to do? You got movement and bonus.
Bonus action, make my sword go on fire.
Yeah.
Try and swim towards the surface, I guess.
Yeah. Can you make an athletics check with disadvantage as well, please?
18.
Yeah. Okay. So you do, and you come out of the water, and you're still covered in like kind of ready, kind of water that looks like it's got blood in it, basically.
Sweet.
And literally all over your face and some on your arms and your body. Paul. You're on the back of an eagle. You have no idea what's going on.
Yes. You know, I really don't understand. So, wait, you can't talk while you're an eagle. Is that right? It seems like you're not answering my questions. No, sorry, don't get it.
Thank you for that. Olu, this is where you do your flapping as well.
Did I see what it was?
He's now surfaced and he's just covered in this blood water, basically. Looks bad.
Right.
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 Really good.
I don't know. I'm gonna just kind of.
You're restrained, but we can't obviously shoot
Yeah, but I can't see anything, or
Nope.
can't sort of tell.
He
what's
literally,
going on.
he's
He
covered
went
in
underwater and then he came back up. And
and but his whole face, his whole head, his arms are all covered in blood water.
This might seem like a weird question. Can I tell if it's his blood?
Make a perception check.
Oh, 17?
No, it seems to be part of this mass of water. The water seems to be clearly alive, although that liquid is.
Uh-huh.
Just looks like bloody water. Doesn't look like his blood yet. Actually, well, to be fair, some of it now is.
Gross.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna come a little bit closer to the surface of the water. And
But he's now up, so you can kind of read next to him if you want. He's come up, he's stood up.
I'm gonna try my best as a boat to do like a.
The fuck is this?
What?
Cool.
What do?
Guess I'll die.
Okay, so whatever his turn is,
Yeah.
and there's only definitely one of them. Okay, so 20 will hit, right?
Yep.
5 damage. As you kind of feel yourself hit in the chest from the one thing on your chest. Okay. 16 damage as the one on your face just pounds into you.
So.
Is it a man?
4 damage is one on your right arm kind of contracts.
Cool. I am what you would call bloodied.
And the last one,
What a day.
on your left arm, you take 8 damage. Again, as it contracts. And you could swear you hear it yell muffled come as they
Well,
start
you're
to-
probably almost certainly that.
Exactly. But it is still considered. Other chess. Now you may take an action. What would you like to do?
Well, with my passive perception of 14, I presumably saw.
You you heard this, and you can kind of turn and see him now.
I don't know what noise eagles make.
Well, that looks
Yeah.
it's canon now.
Going with that one. I would like to fly into the middle and try and like pick him up with my talons.
Okay.
Picking up my friend. More.
Can you make a strength check with disadvantage, please? Because you already have someone on your back.
Hey!
Advantage.
That's fine.
But we
You
so we
use
flew
the
over.
stats.
My intention was to put him down first.
You didn't make the whole way across before because he dived in as you went over.
Oh, have I got enough movement to go and put him down? And
Yes, you do.
Oh,
But you
yeah.
won't get back. If you put him down,
Yeah.
because 200 feet across, you're about halfway. So if
It's
you dash,
200 feet across.
yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, I won't. Then I will do it with disadvantage and I will fail because I got 5.
So you try and pick him up, and because he's literally covered in this water, you kind of try and grab him, but you don't actually get hold of him. He just goes into the water, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And pull back instinctively.
Wait, what's going to... What the hell?
My friend,
Cool.
do you take
Indian headmaster.
11 points of necrotic damage? It's now your turn. What would you like to do?
Probably die in like a turn or less if any of that happens again. Like you genuinely took about 3/4 of my hit points. I will try and break free. I
Feels like
guess.
you're the only one in the water.
Yeah. I'll try and break free.
Cool.
Nope. It's
Would you maybe like to rage?
yeah, I probably would do now.
Good.
Or even if I did it beforehand, it doesn't matter.
Well, it halves your damage.
Well,
I don't want to live anyway.
It's for other people there.
yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't break out?
No, definitely not. With my disadvantage, it's 8. Yeah, 14.
No, it does.
Oh, okay.
It's not a high one, it's just you roll very bad.
Yeah, well then.
So you kind of just...
Yeah.
And it kind of just disappears into the water as you throw it off, and you kind of just get rid of all of this
Cool.
on you.
Yeah, I would like to rage and move towards the edge that I dived into.
Yes,
that's the closest.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you didn't get that far. So you kind of climb up, and you're just like...
Yeah. I just kind of like cough up water and stuff with the whole rest of my turn. There's nothing else I can do.
To Paul, you're on the back of the giant eagle.
Right, so the water is bad?
Bad.
Onwards, bud!
I stay in place.
And I take out my I take out Andrea, my one javelin,
Yeah.
and yes, and just sort of I'm not holding an action or anything, but just so I have it ready.
Cool. Honu.
I need to check something about the polymorph spell.
Okay.
It says the transformation lasts for the duration, which is up to an hour,
Yep.
or until the target drops below 0 hit points or
Yep.
dies.
Yeah.
Can I actively choose to not be a bird anymore?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I can't. I don't have to like fly
No,
through
no,
a
no.
wall and try and knock myself.
It's concentration, so it's you just don't
Yeah, you
concentrate.
stop concentrating on it.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm just gonna come over to where you are. No, I'm not. I'm gonna fly to where you were swallowed under. Oh, actually, I'm still kind of there, aren't I? I'm just gonna try and like, I don't know, birds can't see underwater. But
I have better perception than you do.
I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna just kind of like
Look into the water.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
90-20!
Yeah. So you see 4 slithering kind of creatures, or we can't really determine, but you can see that they were leeching off.
Well, they're 4 individual creatures. Okay. Can I see where they were? Were they all...
They're now kind of dissipating there. 2 of them are heading towards that edge where you went. 2 of them are heading more into the deeper water in the centre.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna fly back over to where you are and like try and like kind of flatten your feet to direct you, like to kind of herd you like away from the water.
Stop it, you damn bird!
We're going back in the water, don't you worry. I will die.
Cool. Can you make a Connor? You take a hole. 9 points of bludgeoning damage, so you halve it to 5. And can you make a dexterity check with advantage now because you knew something was coming?
Yes. Doesn't really matter. I rolled a 3 and a 4. So that's 6.
So you kind of hand it back, and he's like, yeah, I've got this. It's okay. And one of these things just leaps out of the water onto your face.
Oh no.
No.
The other one kind of leaps at you, but because you've moved back, just misses and then retreats back into the water. And that's their turn.
The thing that's on his face, can we see what it looks like?
Again, it's just this blob of kind of red, bloody water.
Right.
None of you have been close enough. Actually, you might have been. Make a perception check, please.
14.
Yeah, so you saw a face in this water, like a kind of like a skull, like kind of reaching out, and you just as it leapt at him.
Inside the actual leech.
The water module thing, yeah, it formed a face.
Oh, okay.
Skull ghost leeches.
Oh shit.
Hello, I'm still a giant eagle.
Yeah, he said, "On the water's the bird."
And you're on the side now. How much do you reckon a giant eagle can carry? Could I pick him up as well?
Okay,
No?
you can try. It's just you have to do a strength check with disadvantage.
Okay. I would like to do that. I would like to try with my action. No, that was a natural 20 and a 6.
So again, you try, but he's flailing as he's got the sting on his face again, and you just snot.
Okay. I want to use my movement to get the fuck out of dodge, please.
Yeah, so you can get. What's the eagle's speed? Have you got it there?
It is
80 feet.
80 feet flying speed.
So you're almost halfway across towards the other tunnel.
Okay. Cool.
As you're flying back, I'm just like, no, wait, let me hit it! Oh, damn it!
Hey, buddy. You take 12 points of necrotic damage.
Nice. Tight.
And it's your turn.
I'm just going to try and rip the thing off my face, I guess.
Make a dex check, please. Just a regular old, no advantage, no disadvantage, just.
I would not like to huck it into the water, I would just like to huck it onto the floor.
But you're next to the chasm, you can throw it into the hang.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I'll throw it into the chasm.
Chasm.
Disadvantage, you say?
No, regular.
Dex, modded 20.
Yeah, okay, I'll let you do that. You should. As it falls into the chasm.
I swear in Draconic as it falls. And yeah.
And again, as it goes down, you swear you could see a face.
Yeah.
As it comes down.
Hearing you say this, I just shout back in Draconic language!
I just kind of turn looking back towards the water. I'm just like staying as far away from the edge as I possibly can.
Solid.
That's me. Or I prop myself up with my sword, probably.
Paul, you're still just sitting on the eagle's back, yelling at the eagle.
Yes, I'm just like, look, either go forward or back, but put me down somewhere, not in the water!
Hollow?
I am gonna, I'm gonna come and stand in front of you and go like this. point towards the chasm and be like, "Wah!" And then be like, "Wah, wah, wah."
And I just you swear I maybe lick my teeth a tiny bit.
Cool. How high are you flying, Sara?
Yeah, that was all very well.
How high am I flying?
Are you just going for speed to try and drop him down and get him?
How high is the ceiling?
It's 50 foot high.
It's 50
But if you
high.
go up that way, it's going to take you longer. Because obviously it's a triangle that way, whereas you go in a straight line, it's quicker.
I mean, I would definitely have made an effort to be like a safe height above the water.
Okay.
But,
Cool.
yeah.
One kind of leaps at you and misses.
Great.
But it is now on the land with you.
Good.
And you can see it.
Is it like evil flubber?
And it's not even, it's got no hands, so it's more like, it is more like kind of a leech, does this bubbling, half water, half blood,
I've got 5
with a
minutes.
kind of face.
I'm going to
Oh shit. So you can now,
Am I able to drop him and head back?
you need to dash, so you could do that and then you have 80 speed, so 80 plus 20, you'd be 60 feet on your way there, so you'd be able to then get there in the next turn.
Because he's about, is he midway? So he's
He's back on the edge where the chasm is.
Yeah.
right. So he's all the way back at the start.
Yeah, that's why. So you went over to him, tried to pick him up, couldn't, and then flew all the way across again.
Oh, I didn't. I thought you were like in the middle.
No, because he only just went off when you started, and then he started getting attacked. I went, okay, no, I'm not doing that.
Well, aren't I a goon? Okay.
So you can drop off the pool and make it back, and then next turn you'll reach him.
Yeah.
Okay? So you do that. You are very unceremoniously kind of almost thrown off. Just flies away.
Rude!
What front?
And no clothes.
Want to attack this bitch?
Well, still raging.
You have fire when you rage.
I do.
Can you remind me of that, please?
Yes,
when you
sorry,
do it?
that's
'Cause-
my fault. 4 fire damage.
Yeah, okay, because that would have made a difference. 4 fire damage every time they were in. Okay. Strictly speaking, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to be nice.
I would like to just try and throw this thing in the chasm.
Yeah, go for it. Well, okay, so you just can try and pick it up.
Yeah.
It looks like it's made of water and blood. Like you haven't kind of got it off last time because it was on your face.
Okay.
So picking up, you can do it probably, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
Or you could just stab it in the
Yeah, I
fire.
will
sword.
just stab it with the fire sword a couple of times.
You should play croquet with a fire sword.
Punt it into the. This is the chasm for.
It's an 18 for the first one.
That'll hit.
That's cooked. And
I mean, let's roll damage for the first attack.
Yeah.
Because
It's 6, 10 slashing damage plus 6 fire damage, so 16 and 3 rage damage, so 19 damage.
okay, it's looking pretty bad. It's looking struggling to hold its shape.
Cool. My second attack was a 16.
That'll hit.
Sweet. It's 7, 11 slashing damage. Plus.
Yeah, you kill
3 fire damage.
As you just slash into it, and it kind of goes like, and just like steams and puddles, and then the liquid just seems to float back in.
Yeah, I try and use my foot to just like
Get it!
kick it off.
You got it!
So into the chasm.
Fair play. That leaves us with Obashet.
Obashet?
Yes.
Obashet's gonna keep flying, it's gonna fly and fly. Yeah.
No, sorry, that was Moffrin's plan, so to Paul, I presume you're not doing anything.
I just I take up Sabine and just watch the water for anything readying an attack.
Are you doing anything particular?
Hmm?
Are you doing anything particular?
Yeah, I'll probably try and attack this little.
It's dead.
Oh, it's dead. Oh, sweet. No, I'm gonna wait. Hold my action to see if there's another one that.
Then it is on his heads.
That's you.
I should check. Yes, you can make it to him this time.
I'm gonna fly and fly.
You just see this giant eagle race towards you. And would you like to climb on her back?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. In which case you do.
Can I take off again to a
on-
safe height?
Yes, yeah, I'm going to take us out of initiative unless anyone wants to go swimming. That's what I thought. So, you're kind of ready. You're ready, but you've got there and you kind of get to the end and you land in. Now, at this point, the tunnel starts to narrow a little bit. So, giant eagle might need to go.
That is cool. But are we walking on dry land now?
Yes.
Cool. Then I will drop giant eagle.
And we just see this light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Good.
Looks like daylight.
Cool. Go.
Everyone fine? Good, wonderful, onwards!
I'm like coughing up black.
Oh.
May or may not be my own
Cure
blood.
wounds. Cure wounds. Cure wounds. Which... What's... Does anyone know off the top of their heads the dice for cure wounds?
1d8 plus charisma mod.
1d8 plus charisma.
Or XD8, whatever level you're casting it at.
How bad are you?
I'm honestly like coughing up my own blood.
Then I will do it at... Let me see, cure wounds. I'll do it at second level for now. Yeah, second level for now, and let me know if it's alright. So 9 plus 5 is 14. 14 points of healing.
Cool.
It's better than nothing.
And then you walk towards the end of the tunnel?
Yeah.
I do.
What's the order?
I'm first.
Yeah.
I will fly.
Second. You can
I
fly
will-
above people, you're tiny.
Cool.
I
I will
will-
fly above everyone.
Wait to see what happens to Flan as is my want.
And you come out and you see, and your eyes are a bit dazzled, and you open them and you see green hills, kind of quite picturesque landscape, a few mounds here and there, and someone facing,
Motherfucker!
basically a person facing the other way. They're quite short.
Of course they fucking are.
Particularly to you. And you come out and you're not, I presume you're not going stealthily, you're just going prepared. I guess,
No.
yeah. So you kind of come out and oh shit, you came out of those tunnels.
What?
You came out of those tunnels. You shouldn't go in there, mate. They're dangerous. There's shit in there.
I mean, we didn't really have much choice, but as you can see, we're all fine.
There's only one of you. Says,
But
Hello?
guys, come
A
out!
bird emerges as well.
We have a new friend! And
that's brilliant.
I don't look, I'm not bloody, but I'm not amazing.
Greetings.
I step out of the cave with my flaming sword covered in blood.
That was unpleasant.
Oh, he's fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have recommended going in there. It's, there's stuff in the water and it's quite dangerous.
So, I mean,
You should put a sign on the beach, my friend, because...
Oh, you came on the beach?
yeah, we washed up. There was a big storm. I killed a lot of things. We washed up, and then we had to make our way through these caves, and now we're here. We have no idea where we are.
My friends. Well, you're in the islands. Look, let's not chat here. You look like you've been through a bit of an ordeal. Alright, I'll bring you back to my village. It's called Upova. And Noah, he's sitting there, he's waiting for you. Right? We'll just have a lovely little chat, and you can tell us your story, and we'll see if we can't get you some food, some rest. You look like you've been through some stuff.
Food! I like this guy already!
Did the small one say his friend is waiting for us?
No, I said that you look like you need some help. You're welcome to stay here.
Do we think he's going to kill us and eat
trust this
us?
man.
You are more than welcome to make inside checks.
I don't really trust anyone without scales.
No, I think he's fine. What is your name, friend?
My name?
Yes,
My man is Lucius.
Lucius.
Yeah. 14.
12.
Well, he literally is not wearing armour, carrying no weapons. He's not an athletic build.
So an easy target as well.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks to you like he probably doesn't really understand what fight. Like that's what he's like. You look like you've been. I wouldn't have gone in there. Like this is not a fighter.
More fan.
And he looks genuinely just like shit. You guys could use some food. Like, do you
More
want some
fan
rest?
really considers us trying to eat him.
Yeah.
Lucius, my friend, please let us go to your village. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the great Paul Darin. It is a name I'm sure you will know soon enough.
Yeah, I'm sure, mate. Of course, that sounds great. You all want to come up in the bed?
Yes.
Wonderful. Onwards, friends.
Right. Great.
I kind of just start walking off, overtaking him slightly.
No, he starts jogging. No, it's this way. It's this
Oh,
way.
right, thank you.
And that's where we'll end the first session.
Next time on MaudeWorld.
Yeah.
See,
Yep,
I'm diffusing the tension.
It's really good.